Welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, Dragontooth Academy, episode 41. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm your Game Master, Scott Nicholson, and these are my friends who I'm going to play D&D with tonight. Erica Webb.
Hello.
Michael Jackson.
Hello.
Tanner Messer.
Hi.
And Ben Dale.
Hey.
Okay, this is a rated M for mature campaign. We say a lot of crazy stuff that... And the energy already I feel in this Discord makes me feel like things are going to be cutthroat. So, walk away now if you can't handle it. Yeah, no big deal. Alright, let's go to the intro. We'll see you in a second.
Oh, just a guy.
Alright, welcome back everybody. If you're watching us on Twitch tonight, I have some great news. So, the more you watch, the more you subscribe, like, share, talk about, you build channel points, what we call rooter points. And then at the bottom, you can spend them to buy things. And for about 2 years, we've had about 7 or 8 options that you could choose from. Well, now tonight, for the first time in Adventures in Silvernell, we have campaign-specific rooter options. And I'll tell you what they are right now. I'm so excited. Okay, so... should I start smallest to biggest or biggest to smallest?
Small to big. We're growers here.
Okay.
Small to big.
The cheapest one that I don't know the prices right now. So the cheapest one is you can buy a Bee's Baby raffle ticket. You can buy as many as you want, and I will catalog who's buying them and how many they have, and then when Bee has her baby, I will draw from that, and the winner can choose the name of the baby. This is sanctioned by Bee. And then the next one is you can buy for Bognak an upgrade for Will Hamming. That could be a part of his body becomes solid as he learns more. And then when his body finally is solid, we'll work on upgrades to Will himself. The next one is for Penny. Her patron will think back of things Penny has learned and kind of piece things together and help Penny gain new insight into something that'll help. And then Livia's is that it's like added 20 or 25 damage on the next attack of Twitch follower damage. It's really expensive.
Help me kill things.
And then what I'm calling the ultimate viewer for 20,000 rooter points, just you alone. It will halt Cthulhu in her tracks, and she will have a hiccup during her adventure that just might give you guys the edge to achieve what you need to achieve a little bit faster. But whatever is happening with Cthulhu will be some snag. Also, there are no limitations on anymore. You can spam buy things. So there's usually before it was like you buy one and then you have to wait 5 minutes or it won't let you. Spend away.
You could hit that.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Buy them raffle tickets.
Cool.
Name that baby.
That's what I would want to buy. Like 6.
Am I allowed to buy a raffle ticket?
That's so many points.
I'll think about it.
Cool.
All right, here we go.
So no.
Yeah, exactly. Last time on episode 40, Penny gave an inspiring speech to the Shardmine kind they had amassed and convinced the entire population there to join in their cause to fight Cthulhu. 4,000 Shardmines now are on their side, and they ventured into the port of Cathart and took a shrinking warehouse to house some of those new allies as well, and then went back to Port Royal. Back at Port Royal, Bee hears a mysterious voice inside that encourages her to jump into action and to not wait any longer. Livia brings shard mines together to form a baking group, and together they fashion together a plethora of delicious rooter-filled baked goods. The squad gets together with some new trusted allies, and they make a plan to go speak to the shadow government of Milwast, who has now put tracking bracelets on Bee, Russ, and Rakshita. That was only decided right after Bognak spied and saw Nugs all the way in Milwast. A massive hurricane appears over the horizon, and very soon as you guys are walking there, it takes over Cinder Island. And it gets bad. I don't think everyone understood how bad this hurricane was. It got real bad. Okay? Once inside Milwast, with no problem whatsoever, it's Bee. They find the shadow government only wishes to speak to Bee, Russ, and Rakshita. This turns the party away, but encourages Bognak to go for his long-lost friend Nugs, who he saw while observing from afar. Bognak shacks up at Marvin's boating store and buys himself a boat, but soon discovers a trinket that most definitely came off of Nugs' chain just lying in the street. Bee gives in to her maternal instinct as her pregnancy moves forward, and she bashes in a stranger's door with the thought of feeding some child and demands that they stay calm. The rest was everything but calm. The father of the home escapes and alerts wizard guards, who immediately surround the house and enter. Russ has enough of Livia's Yumi-like teasing and begins to fight her. And after some time, Russ escapes with Bee, but Bee convinces him to go back and fight for their friends and get their friends. When they return, everyone enters into a fight with these wizards besides Bognak. So Russ, Bee, Livia, Penny, and Rakshita against these wizards. So as the hurricane rages on outside, one of the wizards shouts, "You know our directive. The amnesty for the villains of Dragontooth is no more. Capture them at all cost." Yes, you hear all the wizards kind of turn and look at you with your hoods. I will go ahead and show everybody the map.
Oh, that's my
He's
first
having
thing
one
they
of
said.
those Patrick moments from a SpongeBob where he's like, "I have an idea. Let's leave." And just
Right.
leave this whole fucking place.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so the building is on fire. Right now, Livia, if you look at Livia at the bottom, she is coming out of the kitchen, and the kitchen's basically on fire because there was a big line that went across that table, which is that dark line. That firewall is no longer there, but everything else is burning. It was just soaked in fire. So Rakshita and Penny are
There's a
behind.
family upstairs.
The family is still upstairs. You do not remember seeing them coming down. You know the dad had escaped to go get the wizards. So somewhere upstairs you can crawl down or get out of the house. So these wizards are all here. Bognak is not here. So
Be a hero.
go ahead and roll initiative. I've already pre-rolled initiative for all the wizards and for Rakshita and Russ.
Out of
good dice.
13.
13. For B.
Tanner, who do you think in the thruple sleeps in the middle?
Cleonile.
I had to pick a dice to use. So
I got 18.
18.
I got an 11.
18
For one of those bucks.
for Livia and 11 for Penny. Are we missing anybody? No. Let's put that in descending. All right. It's going to be some wizards, then Russ, and then Livia. Isn't that perfect? All right. Let's see where this is going to go. Okay, so this first wizard all the way in the back. And remember, everybody's kind of expended some things at this point. Everyone's used some spell slots, some abilities, some rages, some wild shapes. So and they've used, some dominate persons. So everyone's kind of coming into this fight
I just stood here.
and been blocked.
And there are those who have stood.
Don't
and been
stand.
attacked.
Roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Have you never heard that?
All
I
right.
don't have conceal
This
my-
We're
wizard's
villains, bro.
This wizard's gonna run right up to join between two wizards. It's almost like in formation, they all turn together, fit together perfectly, like Pringle chips. And he
Okay,
just
wizard, let's
head
get
bows
him.
and looks right at B.
Power Rangers?
it-
Come on, guys, let's go.
and B, a wisdom saving throw.
Wait, the Ranger powers. That's good. That's D&D canon.
That's a dirty 20.
Ooh, so as this kind of wizard turns with these other ones, and you almost feel like the light gets darker around behind them as they just kind of look up at you, and he lifts his hand. But you find something in you that blocks away this mental trickery he's trying to do to you.
Oh, yeah.
Can't get in her head. B can't even get in her own head.
Noticing that, he is
It's
going
empty.
to step back 5 feet, kind of touch his chin, and from his chin just grows this like soft white light that seems to take over his entire body, skin, hair,
Ew.
down his shoulders. Just a thin layer of almost like glowy saran wrap around his body as he stands back. The one beside him will use his bonus action to do the same. Turn and look at you, and then hold up his hand, and then wisdom saving throw.
I think it's mage armor. I don't think I'm cursed.
I don't like it.
Oh, look at it all. Roll.
Oh, B.
It's just me.
Yeah, just you.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're standing there, you can kind of feel your own heartbeat. Everything kind of focuses in again, but it feels okay. And everything around you, the room, the fire, starts to kind of meld together. All the harsh lines go away. It's like watercolor, except it's like just starting to spread out after it already dried. And the whole room is kind of blending together, the yellows and oranges, the white, the walls, until everything around you just seems like perfectly placed trash and sewer grates. And at the end of it, the door is open, and on the outside is like a busy street. And you look across, and you just see a large male-type figure kind of leaned over looking at you, and just kind of gestures to say, "Come here," and then walks away where you can't see him past the door frame anymore. And then it's the only other thing you see is that wizard standing right in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the one more wizard's turn. In the back, seeing the door open with Livia, gonna turn to Livia. Livia, wisdom saving throw.
Oh, so the door be open. I was wondering that.
Yeah.
I was like, am I just like hidden back here?
Am I just chilling?
Am I just like here? That will be a 17. Please be high enough.
You stay. Listen, gotta learn to control your body.
That is a save. So
Okay.
you
It was a
feel
close one, though.
you feel what was about to happen to or whatever to be. You feel it too. You see it across the room in her face. You feel it. It's gone. Nothing happens. He touches his body, does the same thing. He's in shield mode too. I can almost put a blue dot on them so you guys can see it, because it seems like it's going to be a thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay,
Oh,
finally,
glowy.
it's Russ's turn. Russ looks at B. As soon as he had run in, he ran back. He was about to escape with B. He was going to protect her, and then they got back, and immediately she's starting to drool. Wizards are caving in, and turns and looks at Livia fighting in the background. And then I'm going to try something here.
Bad.
That's Russ letting go.
Russ is going to turn and look at you, Penny, and look back at B really fast, and then dart towards you. And how tall are you?
Like 5'6", 5'7". She's not the tallest. I mean, that short. I mean, relative. She's 5'6".
Normal.
Okay, so
Russ is
he's
short. I feel like though.
he's going to use his action to try to scoop you with his body to be on top of him. But since it's his roll, he's got to roll for like to keep you held on. Like he's got to make the perfect arc and scoop you.
Penny thick.
Yeah, he does it perfectly. So you're like on his back right now as he's going to turn 5, 10, 15, 20. 25, 30,
like
35,
me.
40. He basically can go right back to where he was. Right here with you on his back. Boom. Not in the fire like this picture suggests. Okay,
Get rugged.
Livia's turn.
We'd love to see it.
Olivia.
So, I'm kind of getting the running vibe.
I'm on a
Like,
back,
we
so I'm
need to-
sitting.
Make your choice.
Yeah, you're sitting. B's like taking over at the moment. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. Oh, wrong thing. I gotta select move. 5, 10,
It also give me Rakshida.
15, 20,
Yeah.
25, 30. And then I am going to cast Misty Step and 5, 10, 20, 25. Just end up right back behind Russ and be like, pick up B, let's get the fuck out of here.
Perfect. All right. Woo, these
And
guys.
then bonus action, I am going to dash 40 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Oh, dang.
40. So I'm like, come on, get B.
All right. This guy 5, 10, 15, 20 is going to be short. He's going to literally grab her while she's having this hallucination. B, you don't feel being grabbed. You're seeing this trash in this place with this wizard who's there in front of you, kind of bowing at you. And, yeah. So he's going to grab you, 20, 25, 30, and going to run this way, which was running right past Russ, who's got B on his back. He's going to use his reaction,
My name is Penny.
Yeah.
or Penny on his back, and he's going to swipe at this wizard.
Yeah, fuck that wizard up, Russ. Do something.
He's got a bite and 2 claws, but Russ has changed over time, and he's just going to do one big bite, but with the potential to grapple.
He's changed over time. He's developed.
Okay, he
Come
didn't hit the
on.
bite. He didn't hit the bite at all. Just swipes and misses where he thought he would obviously grab it, and just sees this wizard running with B football style.
Somebody give him disadvantage.
All right, Rakshida in the corner. Oh, she just kind of wipes her armor clean.
Get to the door, girl.
She's going to kick off the chair and jump onto the table through the fire, jump to the other side with her broadsword, and make 2 swipes at this wizard in the... I just pointed at my monitor.
It's got some
Right
trauma,
there.
I feel like. Rakshida did swing first. Let it be there. She said, "I'm hitting bitches." And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
for real.
Okay, girl. I trust Rakshida, so if she don't trust them, I don't trust them. She's my mole.
Pulls that broadsword out and swipes right into the back. It doesn't go through his body, just right into his back, and pulls it off as the blood seeps and becomes so bright on these white cloaks that they've got on. It's very stark different. Pulls it out and stabs right into his back, like under his ribs right here. And then pulls it out, and it is B's turn. B, make another. Well, you don't have to make another in your inner for until that guy gets hit.
So I don't.
That's not concentration.
Okay, so you can have a turn in this world that you're in. So this wizard is standing right in front of you. And he's staring at you.
All that she's gonna do is she's gonna go into a rage,
Okay.
and she's just gonna kind of stand her ground for what she can see. You know, like her hands to her side, her feet like widespread, and she's just gonna stare forward and not move anything about her body. And if I can hold my action, like while I'm in this, I'll do that.
Yeah, you can. What action do you want to hold?
I guess if I get the chance to maybe attack this dude that is holding me.
Well,
like a-
you can't feel him holding you. He's holding you,
Oh, okay.
and you're in like a trance. But you're
Never
in a
mind,
trash
then, never
world.
mind. That's it. Then I'm just gonna stand my ground and stay there.
Okay. Penny.
Penny gets picked up by Rush. She's kind of like taken in the moment. Penny has a dark fear of fire, and she's been staring at one for like 5 minutes, or for like a minute and a half, and she's like is on the back of this on Rush, and she just goes, "You picked the right bitch on the right day." And she's gonna cast at 4th level a spell called Spasm, and this guy, the one holding B, and then these 3 guys, all need to make con saves. 17.
Damn.
And the first one that passes, I'm
Con
giving
save.
disadvantage because I already know I'm gonna silvery barbs they ass. So, just
Wait,
you know.
so the first one will get disadvantage, so I'll roll for him first.
Yeah, the first one that fails will have disadvantage.
Oh, gotcha.
Or no, the first one
Yeah,
that
you said
passes
con
it will
save?
have disadvantage.
Oh yeah, the first one that passes. Yeah.
Yeah.
First one that passes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for him.
Sorry. 17 is the DC.
First one that
Fail.
fails. Yeah, give him a chance again.
Fail.
No.
Save. You said 16 or 17?
It's 17. Is DC.
17. Yeah. Okay, pass, and I'll disadvantage. You disadvantage it. Oh no, that was a 17 on the roll, so that one he passed.
But I give myself advantage because that's silvery barbs.
Okay, and the 4th one, right? It's 4.
Yeah.
He failed.
So only one passes.
Yeah, it's the one that Rakshita just swiped into.
Perfect.
That passed. Perfect, yeah.
So what happens is
Cha.
Penny says those words and bugs start to spew out of her mouth. On a failed saving throw, the target drops whatever it's holding. It begins sneezing, coughing, retching, and seizing until the end of its next turn. It cannot take actions or reactions. If it's concentrating on a spell, concentration is broken, and any creature that's immune to disease, poison, or exhaustion is not affected by this spell. So they all lose their action and reaction. They drop concentration on the spells they're holding, and they look dumb, covered in bugs. And I'm pissed off. And that's my action reaction. Thank you.
Dope.
So does it say they're prone?
No, they're not prone. They have
Oh,
they.
fuck.
So they're still standing and retching.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
coughing and sneezing, but they have no action reaction.
Ew.
They drop concentration on any spells they're holding.
Okay, cool.
So I think B's free now.
No,
Yeah.
no. It was this
He
guy
got
that
dropped.
backed up 5 feet.
But this guy,
I
this is
thought
only
you
guy
said he
that passed.
failed.
This
Yeah.
guy's only gonna pass though.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. Boom,
So
boom,
the
boom.
one who's holding her drops her, and the guy who's holding the spell on her also drops his spell.
Yeah, so B, as you stand there and become enraged at this wizard that's looking at you, he's kind of in trash and kind of looks like he's about to say something with a smirk on his face, like, victory is today. And you just see him just kind of fling out as you look, and the path is underneath you, like parallel right in front of you, and you fall right down to it. And as like your face is in the dirt and stuff, you look over and see the wizard that was like holding you is like trying to wipe his eyes and get a hold of himself. All right, guy just got sorted to death. He's gonna turn and let's see what you can do. Okay, he is going to kind of turn flat again with the back to him and just bend down. And as he bends down, it makes 4 more versions of himself, and then they spread out and fan out into 5 and all dart towards the door.
Fucking loser bastards.
So this guy is 5 guys, and he is going to run past. He's going to run through the opportunity attack zone of Rakshita, Russ, and B. So all 3 of you can take an attack, but before you do,
And Penny, technically.
no, he's not.
Right?
Just
Yeah,
Penny
I
have 10
don't
feet.
Have a reaction, though. I do. I don't have a reaction.
Yeah,
I use
sorry.
it to cast a
So
rebar.
5, 10, 15,
But I
20, 25. Okay, so I can only do that. But there is literally 5 of this guy right here. So I'll put dots all over him. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay, Naruto.
Rakshita, but there is 5 of them, so she has to roll a d6. No fucking way. Okay, she actually hits him. Alright, so... Dang. Alright. He starts to move, and you see Rakshita just not impressed with the duplicates in front of her. The wizard just kind of like giggles a little bit and kind of coughs, and as it's going to turn, she just darts towards the back one that's barely moving as the other ones fell out first, and just swipes across his chest. And as he kind of holds himself, she just jolts the sword forward again and slices the side of his arm.
Oh, so she hit him twice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Does that mean he has to make 2 concentration checks on this like duplicate spell he's doing?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Perfect.
And the first one is a huge success.
No.
And the second one, you can't stop this guy's concentration.
You can't stop.
So he still gets to go. Russ is going to... Come on, Russ, it's your time to shine, baby. Not with that bite attack. It's not. Okay, B, attack of opportunity, as 5 of the wizards running the same exact way run right past you.
Hit the right one, girl. You got it.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh.
Ooh. All right.
And that's our bear. Okay.
Roll your damage. And what did you do? Bite him? Claw him?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, is B a bear? I didn't realize she was a bear.
No, I think
Wait,
she's just
no,
raging.
Oh no, she's not.
Yeah, I'm just
Our
biting and I'm biting and clawing as B.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Doesn't really
it's-
matter.
Oh,
That's, like,
perfect.
that's my thing, you know.
Interchangeable.
For the ankle.
Whole season, I love
I
it.
love it.
Stick into it.
Get your little nibble, girl.
Sorry, I was trying to pull this stuff up. Okay, that is 23 damage.
Ooh.
Oh, we love a nat 20. We love a nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay. That was his turn. Okay, it's the guy who lost concentration on the spell is just going to turn at Rakshita. He's going to turn and use his action to dash. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
He doesn't have an
25.
action.
Oh, okay, so he can
Yeah, he
just
doesn't
run.
have an action.
So if, he can't, can he run? Can he have movement?
Alright, yes.
Okay, 5, 10,
It just
15,
says no action
20,
and no
25,
reaction.
30.
So.
Cool. So he couldn't dash because he doesn't.
I will let you talk.
Action or reaction, yeah.
Mechanically, it says.
All right, well then, yeah, he's darting towards the stairs. This one right here is going to look at Rakshita, and no, he's already did that thing.
Yeah. Also, no action for him.
Because he failed.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
It's these top 3.
Um,
You really can't do anything.
all right, yeah, he's going for the stairs too. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, go save people. The house is on fire.
Right?
But
Do your job.
also they specifically, the guy yelled at the beginning to stick to the directives, which was to catch you at all cost. Well,
Yeah. Also, that's weird.
yeah, that is weird. That was very weird. 5,
I don't like
10,
him.
15,
I'm getting sus.
Right?
20. All right, this guy. Is going to keep running and use a bonus action to, like, as he's running towards the door, just start clapping really loudly, and you see this light bubble slowly getting bigger, starting from his core, until by the time he's at the door, it's fully around him, like Violet Parr from The Incredibles, and just runs through the door, but giving Russ a hack of opportunity, but he already used his reaction. 5, 10, and get right past B. And it is Russ's turn.
Also, when we came here and they were like, "Hey, we want to go with you," they were like, "No," and now they're like, "Take him at all costs." What? 10 minutes ago, this could have been a different conversation. You hoes.
Right?
Not gonna stick a mask.
Russ with Penny on his back is going to. There's no more map here, but it'll be on the other side, and I'll do a. She fell on the ground. He's just going to kind of bend down and kind of like run by almost like with a golf club and pick up a golf ball, just kind of like scoop her up onto the back as well. Oh yeah, 19. So scoops her on the back and gonna turn and go the opposite direction, which would give both of those wizards attack of opportunities on Penny, B, and Russ.
I'm gonna pick one.
So the wizards
Do they have
obviously.
reaction still?
I feel like they want me the
this one
most.
doesn't.
Come on,
Yeah.
let's be honest. I feel like they want me the most.
This one doesn't have a reaction. The other ones are free to do, but they won't.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so the only one is going to do a reaction. Penny, B, and Russ. He's
And it's on
going
that
to.
drop B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's the one who didn't use his ability. He's going to look at Penny. Penny, wisdom saving throw.
And I have advantage for my silvery barbs. I know I don't roll. Nat 20!
Oh,
Yeah,
didn't even need it.
Get the fuck out of my head! She looks at him. She looks at him. Get the fuck out of my head!
That's perfect.
Thank you. Bless your heart.
Okay, but Russ is still running in this in the street away from them. So they got their attack of opportunity. So he's about 15 feet past these wizards right now. We're about to go into Theater of the Mind because we have no more map up here. Livia.
That's my favorite place to be. My head. Crazy.
Yeah, I see Russ getting away. You said he's like 15 feet like above where our map goes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so I'm just running away with them at this point. I'm not trying to get caught up in all this shit. I'm gonna like run ahead of Russ to like, because I got more movement speed and I just want him to know that he'll always be behind me. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'll use like bonus action, movement, action to like get the fuck out. Which
Okay,
is 120 feet of movement.
So you're basically out of the fight.
Just leaving.
B's out of the fight. Penny's
Yeah.
out of the fight. Rose is out of the fight. So it's really just
Rakshita!
Rakshita.
Should have got the fuck out, Rakshita.
And the
Not
people
my
who are
fault.
going up
All right.
there-
So what's gonna happen is as you guys are running away,
Rocky, no!
you're flying through the storm, which is lightened up a little bit. You're able to see a little further in front of you. Russ Velociraptor charging with Penny on the back and B on the neck. Livia's keeping up beside. We're going to shift over into the darkness of the storm and the different streets and alleyways. Everything's soaking wet. There's a sign of a boat with oars kind of crossing it, dangling off a post at this very quaint wooden building. It has this warm glow from the inside. And as you look at the big glass pane window in front of the store with different fishing rods and ropes and knots displayed, inside is a Bognak sitting there with a friendly ghost having a very pleasant evening as Bognak just has in his hand a little cloth that was once on a chain.
As we see this through the window, Livia like
No,
stops in
no.
her tracks.
No, you don't see this.
Oh, I thought you said we saw it as
No.
we were walking by.
Oh, sorry. I say we see as into the audience who's watching us. We see.
Okay, I'm like, if I'm seeing this, I'm stopping.
No.
It's not about you!
No. Not that level of chaos tonight.
It's like, oh god, it's like an embarrassing friend shows up at the party. It's like, okay, I'm leaving. I'll leave the gold. I don't-
I'm writing this stuff down in my fanfic. Come on, Bognak will moments.
Yeah, Bogdan's just kind of like, maybe I should have taken that potion that lets me talk to everybody from a distance. That might have been helpful before I wandered off on my own. he's sitting there with Will, and he's like, but I feel like I need to wait here to see if he comes back by. I mean, like, if I can camp out a little bit, maybe the storm lightens up, he'll be moving again. He had something in his bag, and it's really bothering me.
Well, if you're as close to him as we are, Bognak, and I lost you, I would come back to find you too.
Yeah, I'm glad he's looking for me. I just hope he's not too far gone. Yeah, well, from who he used to be.
Would you like me to keep watch while you sleep?
Oh no, it's because I
Oh, you put alert, yeah.
Alert vigil, and I've just got the my clairvoyance kind of outside, so I'm just occasionally kind of just like just closing my senses off, checking that, and then like keep doing what I'm doing, just like literally just doing nice tasks around the house, because like Bognak is very aware of the situation he's in as a and so like he's at least like making sure the place is nice if this guy finds out he's a criminal.
Oh, gotcha.
So he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna like he's tidying things up around, like mending random things, just trying to be like a good help, and then he will loot the pantry but leave like some gold. Like he'll take like a few days worth of rations, like a week's worth of, like however much he can, and then just like leave gold on the counter and be like, sorry, so leave them like an extra 5 gold.
You hear You look up and see a little bit of dust floating down from the ceiling above. Another smaller sound. You hear
Marvin? Bud? Pockneck's gonna like make his way up the stairs.
As you go up the stairs and turn the corner, the light coming from the room, as it's kind of at the side, at the top of the stairs, there's just a figure standing there at the top. And you hear, without even the hands moving,
Bognack's gonna put his hands up. Don't want any trouble. Is Marvin okay? Marvin, you in here, bud?
Why'd you come back here?
Yeah. Well, you mean this is my first time here? Tanner, by the way, your mic's doing some weird background noise or something.
It's like in water.
Yeah.
They're still doing it?
No, you fixed it.
I think yeah. Sorry, it was admirable. It was driving me crazy. It's like we're gonna do this scene, but yeah, this is my first time here. Who is that? Is that you, bud? Is that?
Yeah, it's me.
Why did
Did it
you?
again.
Is it doing it again? Yeah,
just mute for a second.
It's like when you put your camera underwater.
Yeah, this is exactly
Your
what it
microphone?
sounds like.
All right.
He was caught in the hurricane, so
I have no idea what we just said.
but it's
all right. You see him at the top of the steps. You see him at the top of the steps. And he says, "What are you doing here? Why'd you come back?"
What? Well, this is my first time. What are you doing here? How did you? I heard you got captured. I heard you killed the gnome.
Big blast to the side of the wall. It just busts like a huge hole in the wall, and you can hear the storm, and it's really loud. And he just kind of walks over to it, and he puts his hand on the side and just kind of leans on the broken wall he just made. Because you guys would lean on broken shit all the time because you had to go around the houses that were broken down where no one lived. And he just kind of relaxes. And he says, things are different since you've been gone. Things have been really different.
They've been different for me too, bud, but we're never going to be able to go back to what it was, but that doesn't mean we can't still have each other. What do you...
We lost Orteo. They took him too.
Yeah. I know.
What do you mean you know?
That school was a mill for killing students. Only 4 of us, 5 of us made it out alive. They made us do some really horrible things in there to survive.
Yeah, I've done some pretty bad things since you've been gone too.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think that means anything other than, well, we grew up on the street. We had to figure it out.
Man,
Just let it go, man. Let it go, Bognak.
let what go?
Let all that go. Just let it go. Just relax.
You know, there's no time to relax. There's so many things that I've been holding on to since we've been gone. I've been thinking I didn't even have time to think about what was happening to you guys without Orteo, and things must have gotten real dark, but the land's gone, the world's gone as we know it. Nugs, I need your help, man.
The land's gone, the world's gone. What? Listen to yourself.
I know I sound crazy, but you have to understand that the whole school, Dragontooth, was never a place to punish students. It was never. We were students. They trained us. They trained us to kill. They trained us to be bad people. And at the end of the day, they just wanted souls to bring Cthulhu to rise. And they're here, and they're gonna kill a lot more people than we ever did with shroom rot or whatever the fucking disease was, man.
Trenchfoot?
Yeah, that.
You don't even remember the disease anymore? Bognak, when you left, they came down hard on us. I barely got out alive. They started cleaning the streets as if they were reaching behind their cabinets for spiders. Huge fingers from the Wemding City came in from Vial and just swept. We had to hide, but we got stronger, and Orteo built us up, and then they took him too. And I stepped up. And we are happy where we are now. They're done. They've done their big sweep. We're kind of back to a life. I'm happy there.
There's no there anymore. I'm telling you, the land is gone. How long have you been here? How did you get here? Who are you working with? I heard you were captured.
You got a while since I can trust you with stuff like that again. I don't know you anymore. I mean, weirdly enough, I look at you and you look exactly like the day you left.
Yeah.
Albeit with some extra things on you.
Just the sword.
Yeah. Bognak, or Wilhelming comes through the wall. And is this your ghost?
It's not my ghost, he's my friend.
We're allies. I'm Wilhelming. And he leans forward. And Orteo, or Nugs goes up to just like move his hand right through his hand like a ghost. Gonna laugh at it. And is shocked by it being sturdy. And it just kind of tickles him, and he kind of loosens up a little bit. And he's like, look, well, you two, you don't need to be hanging around here. I don't know where you're going to go. You can come back home if you want, but this place is a powder keg. And when it goes off, I don't want to be on Cinder Island.
What are you doing? What powder keg?
Oh, I'm not doing anything. I've already done my thing. I'm just here to observe.
Observe for who?
For myself, it's interesting.
What's your thing? I saw you carrying something earlier. Why was it moving? Nugs.
Providing justice when the people who vowed to protect us wouldn't. That was the problem. They didn't understand why we were doing what we were doing that day. They have their rules. They have no room for expansion. Their thought, their counsel, their everything is so close-minded. In Wemding, in Vail, they got what they wanted because they took over. That's what we were missing on the streets. We were too scared. I was too scared. You were too scared. Orteo was too scared. Well, I'm not scared anymore. So when they planned that attack, when Wilkie Tittle cleared the blah, 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 when she came down hard on us, I came down harder on her. You want to know what her last words were? I didn't think you would be the one to do it. Even in her last breath, she wanted to demean one of us.
Yeah. No. You know what's crazy is I may look the same, but I've been through a lot since we've been gone. Years worth, even longer than you could imagine. And you know what? I don't disagree with you anymore. You're right. The system was broken. I agree with it. We shouldn't have to ever feel like we're clawing our way up and fighting for our lives and having to take it. Should be a fair system, but let me tell you, man, whatever you're building up now, it's gonna be gone real soon if we don't work together. If any of the guys are still around, Cinder Island is probably one of the last safe places left, and there's a powder keg about to go off. I don't know where we'll go next, but we gotta do it together. Even if you can't fully trust me right now, you gotta trust me when I say we're all in danger. And I'm just glad to see you again. And I never thought I would.
Yeah, there's been a couple moments where I've been happy to see you again. But mainly I just feel sad. Like, no time has passed at all when I talk to you, which makes me feel everything I've built is fleeting and insurmountable to what we did in the past. But anyways, back to your point. Yeah, you say everything's gonna end, maybe that's what it needs. Maybe all these structures need to fall. Maybe the half-elf structures need to fall. Maybe that giant tree that holds a castle in the sky in Colbrador needs to fall. Hell, we all think the Goblin Kingdom needs to fall. You know what I want? I want to get to the very top of the Amabit tundras, and I want to watch it all fall. And then, of course, hide and then pop out after it all fall and help rebuild. Sounds kind of awesome. What do you think?
I'm kind of right there with you, but if we don't stop it falling from some point, eventually it's going to get us too, before we have a chance to rebuild. So let me help you protect what you've built so far, and let's make it even bigger.
Kind of stands in the doorway, kind of leans back into the storm a little bit. So let's go back home.
Sure, I got some ships.
I got a ship. I got
a ship?
I got whatever we need. I've been crossing this water over to Wimding City for a long time. Well, to the Asmar docks and then take a ride. Come on, we can go right now.
I've got a crew that can come with us. I've got an army, actually.
You've got an army? What is that, like 7 people, 8 people? What is that? Or you mean like a real army? Oh,
I pull out my logbook and I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He rips it from your hand. Let me see that.
A few thousand.
What is this? These like days on a mission? What are these names? Are you being serious? You have like an army? What are you, like the guy who catalogs the army?
I mean, I always kept roll. That's nothing new. But I mean, I kept track. Like, I need to know our skills. We need to know how we can best fight. So that's what I've always been doing.
What are you fighting?
I told you, Cthulhu, the fall of everything. I'm trying to make sure we don't fall with the rest of everything. So we're here to stop, so we can do what you want.
Wait a minute. You're the ones who have stolen all the shard mines?
No, we didn't steal.
That's fresh. Well, in the eyes of Milwast Center, overheard that one. Wow. Well, what are you gonna do? I mean, they're gonna come after you soon. I wouldn't want to fuck with Milwast Center, except that's exactly what I want to do.
Well, it sounds like It sounds like you and I have some common interest again, bud. Because we've already fucked with Milwast Center, so I guess it's time to take down that society, as Penny would say.
Whoa. You want to destroy Cthulhu and take down the Shadow Government? Do you know about the Shadow Government?
Shadow Government? Yeah. Actually, no, I wasn't on that talk. Yeah, they wanted to.
It's just going to be like, yeah, it's just the ominous whatever that controls this place. They're brutal, but in a good way. See, that's why I'm confused, because if you want to take Cthulhu and the Shadow Government, don't you just want to wait to the Shadow Government? That's what the big thing. That's the thing that's going to go off, is they're going to find a way to destroy Cthulhu. So don't you want to wait for that and then take them down?
Yeah, if they have a way to stop Cthulhu, but from what I've heard, they've got nothing.
You've heard things? What have you heard?
My dear friend, I take the book back from at this point, and I go, if it's going to be a while before you trust me with things, it's going to be a while before I trust you with things too, bud. I'm going to have to learn a little bit more about what you're doing here. I'm happy to see you, but I'm not as dumb as I used to be.
He learned that from us. So we will gaslight you with information, bitch.
That's fair. I'll tell you something, and then you'll tell me something. When we start name by name, as he points at your book.
Cool. I don't know what name you're interested in, but
No, it's a metaphor. He's like,
Oh.
we'll all, never mind.
oh yeah.
The shadow government has an ornery that can see anywhere on the material plane. They're watching Cthulhu. Isn't it obvious? Yeah, I guess if you haven't been on Cinder Island, you don't really know the Milwast Center, but they're locked in.
Cool. Yeah.
Now tell me something.
That's... Tell me something I didn't know first. Because I knew that from V.
He just kind of looks at you. Anyways, kind of leans out the door.
Didn't work out.
It's really good to see you. Are you gonna attack Cthulhu first or the Milwast Center with the army first? I just need to position myself in a safe place.
Why don't you position yourself with the army? Isn't that the safest place to be possible?
Yeah, but this is all kind of freaking me out, and we've got about 30 kids tops in the streets, so you're in something way bigger than me, so I'd like to go back to my happy life after I
You
watch.
can be part of something bigger. Let me help you protect the happy life. You don't have to jump out this hole, man. That's what I've been saying. That's what I'm telling you this whole time. I want to help you protect it. I want to help it be bigger than 30 kids.
Roll a persuasion check. Obviously very anxious about something that's troubling his
Twitch with
response.
anxiety.
Oh, please God, Ben.
Beloved
Hold
dice.
on, I haven't seen it yet. Okay, I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
Also that.
That's a 23.
He learned that from us too.
What would I do in the army if I were to hypothetically join you for a little bit?
You'd be well, you'd be my right hand man. Be like by the old days. In fact, you'd be a partner. I need a visionary. You've been the one leading things while I've been gone. I need you to teach me what you've been doing.
What would
So-
happen? What would happen to Wimding? What would happen to all the people that count on me?
We can try and go get them. You got our ship. We can maybe scoot by and get if you have way to send word to them. But I'm worried about them on the mainland. I really am. Get whatever resources we can get out of there, because I think Cthulhu's going to be coming this way sooner rather than later. They
You
wanna
said
be
you had
gone.
ships?
We got a few, and I've got one small boat.
Enough for 30 street fighters? Because
Yeah.
if everything's going to blow up anyways, we might as well fight. There's nothing I can do or any of us can do in the street anymore. We're never going to rise up, so... Plus,
No.
a lot of those kids could use a vacation.
Yeah, and it sounds like we're rising up right now, bud. So don't you worry about it. And I'm just gonna reach out for a handshake. It's like partners again. Come on.
Not until you tell me something that I might happen to know, but that I didn't know that you knew while I said it.
Cool. Oh. Oh, I'll give you the juiciest tidbit I can share. The leaders of the whatever society, the economy, the guys that run the shard mine, altering company, that family dead, fully dead. Yeah.
He's
they're
kind
dead.
of shot for a second, piecing together the fact that you guys organized all the shard mines, but they didn't know how you mixed in with the Griffin family, but now he knows that you killed the Griffin family. That's how you got all the shard mines. He is like, this is a level of evil that he is recognizing. You went to an evil school. Some of the rumors around the streets are kind of blending in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to make a decision right then and there to accept that fact. And he's like, meet me Meet me at the Asmar docks, and I'll have our fighters ready. They might not be as strong as some of your trained fighters that you have in your army. I don't know how these shard mines are, but these are scrappers. We can scrap.
Hey, scrap. We always appreciate some scrap. Whatever we can get on our side, man. Well, I'll get the others to meet you at the docks. Surely they haven't gotten anything too crazy. I'm gonna fix this hole before you go too. Do you have a way for us to stay in contact? Anything that I can keep in touch with you in case? I don't want to lose you again now that you're here, man.
Well, I mean, you're on an island with wizards and potions and stuff, so I guess just find someone to send me a message.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's do a week's time. In a week.
I don't know if we have a week.
To stop Cthulhu?
Before Cthulhu starts coming this way, I'm not sure. Nobody knows. That's the problem. But however fast you can, man.
I'll get him ready. You contact me.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I think I know somebody that might be able to get in touch. And I know this might be the old Bognak talking here, but I pull him in for a hug. And just go. Just be as safe as possible, man.
He hugs you back. And just kind of sees dangling out of your little pocket that cloth, and he kind of reaches down and grabs that little cloth. Oh, man. Knew I lost that. Kind of ties it up. Thanks, Bog. It is so weird how you look exactly like you did the day you left.
Only on the outside. And trust me, I looked very different for a long time. I have died so many times. That's a story for another day. You get out in that storm, but I'm going to fix this hole. These people are real nice.
Okay. Sorry about upstairs. I did kill that entire family, but I thought you were completely different. You had gone to a villain school and broke out. I thought you were going to try to kill me, so they're definitely dead. That's on me. But I can't wait to see you. Message me, man. Jumps out the hole.
You can't kill civilians. That's our new rule. No more civilian deaths. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I got to fix this hole. They were so nice. I take my gold back. I'm just taking everything now.
Russ, B, Livia, everyone running out. You look back, you still don't see Rakshita coming back from behind you. And with that, we'll go to a 10-minute bathroom break and come back to this fight. Or this runaway.
Fuck that hoe. I'm running.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Can't just say fuck that hoe. We need our
Bye.
allies.
Fuck that hoe.
Welcome back from the bathroom break, everybody. If you just missed it, there was a fight that happened. They escaped. Rakshita's still back there with the wizards, by the way, as you guys take off into this hurricane. Bognak is sitting on stairs with a hole blasted out to the outside in the storm from this house with Nugs, who just jumped out into the rain. You see him running down the street. But let's go right now to Russ going around the building, going around another building with you guys, so you're far away from the wizards, and he kind of halts with Penny and B on his back. Livia running with him also halts.
Bring it around it.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, Russ. Come on, Russ.
What are you doing, Russ? Why are we stopping?
He just turns back into Russ, so Penny and B just, land on their feet. His clothes kind of reform to his body. His backpack kind of pops back out.
So, where do we go? Are we leaving? Because I think we should just go see the council. But then I'm thinking, well, then let's just get caught.
I agree. We tried to see the council, but they didn't want to see us, and now they want to see us again. They could have just went the first time, but...
Well, when we got here,
I'm
they
sure
didn't want to see us if it wasn't just us three. But now, it's almost like we're huge criminals.
They seem to have trust issues, and it's very annoying, and I still don't trust them either way. But,
And technically, everyone is a huge criminal that's here.
We are all criminals, and they need us, allegedly, so we have that going for us. But once they're done needing us, who knows? So I do suggest, if we're going in there, everyone be on your P's and Q's and ready to speak for yourself when the time comes. Otherwise, I might not see you again. But it seems like capture
I'm down to commit some more crime if that's what it takes for all of us to get our asses in there.
I'm with B.
Okay, so I guess let's do crime. But wait, what about Bognak?
Chaotic choice.
Oh yeah, where did he end up?
He went to go see about a
Zoom out on
friend.
an
I'm just
empty
back
street,
over.
just with the rain, the wind blowing. Bognak.
Cut to me just crying, wrapping these bodies in blankets.
It was good people.
Oh no! You see out the hole in the back where your
If
boat
only we
is.
committed a crime today. Dang.
Yes.
Will's just putting pastries in a bag for me. It's like, hey, we need all their stuff. We need the food.
Yeah, Penny will cast message to Bognak, and say things went sideways with us. Need to be captured by guards. They're kind of hostile though. Where are you? Bugs into the theater. Go Bugs.
But so I get 25 words back.
Yes, sir.
Dearest Penny, I am at Marvin's boat. North side. Don't bring tracked ones. Wizards find you soon. Love, Bognak.
Everyone's like, we're gonna go cause chaos and trouble, and I go, guys, I just talked to Bognak, and he said that he's at Marvin's boats, and I should not bring the tracked ones. I think Bognak did that thing he does where he got troubled, so I think he's already beat us to the punch. So I think we should head over to the north side. We're going to Marvin's boats. I kind of look.
Oh, you think Bognak got captured already?
No, I think he's fine. I just think he did something. He Bognacked the situation.
I like that's a verb. I'm not Britta.
Remember the boat? But yes, so Marvin's boats. And I kind of I tell the group.
Okay, let's head to Marvin's.
Where is
North
that?
side.
I pillaged the whole town, so I feel like I would remember where it was. Just
Do you remember where it's at on the
She
north
said-
side, Dee?
And we already got
Okay,
a general
roll a
direction to
history
head in.
check. Roll a history check.
Can she read the
I
word
hope. I don't
Marvin?
know.
Yes,
Marvin's
I can. I got an 11.
You remember there was a shop with a huge painted glass that you busted right through
That's on the boat store.
and dangled
Yeah.
on a sign that looked like a boat. And
Good enough for me. Let's go.
That how that went. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know the
Yeah.
exact location, but you know like maybe 6 or 7 block area. It's somewhere in that direction. Somewhere there.
Sniff out a good old dock. I feel like I can pick up the smell of a dock.
There's
with my
no
nose.
dock,
Well,
it's-
there's no dock. Yeah, it's in the middle of the land. What the fuck is he doing selling boats?
He fell down and he's like, "You want to buy a boat?"
He's literally landlocked.
When Bognak ended up in a fucking boat
Hold on.
shop.
Hold
You
on.
can't make much money.
One fucking minute.
Like-
No wonder this bastard had so many boats to sell.
Marvin,
No, listen.
Marvin was a good person, but a bad businessman. And for that, he had to die.
Him and his wife
Also,
were
tiny
very
boats that
happy.
go into the ocean. Like,
They're
you ain't
very
Moana.
happy.
Like, what are you doing?
No. Earlier he said he knew a guy at the shore who sells big ships. He's just kind of his friend who sells smaller boats and gets him more
he's
business.
a middleman.
He's like a
He's a
middleman
middleman.
boat seller.
God damn it.
So
A
he's just got little
middle-sized
boats.
middleman boat salesman, but he's still
An
inland.
LM
Yeah.
boat seller.
Yeah.
Come on.
The inland middleman. That's the problem.
It's just Marvin's boat shop. It's just Marvin's boat
This
shop.
would have been the best place to sell some butter-based parfaits. So for that,
Anyways,
That's all I had in the
as B is leading the sniff track party towards Marvin's boat, you can remember the smell, so you're sniffing it out, but go ahead and roll me a perception check through your sniff. But have it disadvantaged, because there's a hurricane wiping away all the fresh stinky.
Ma'am.
So it's
Think we
not
help
happening
The
anymore.
hurricane's still going on. It's
Oh,
dangerous.
We
it
know the
is.
words.
Well-
We can read Marvin's.
While they're coming, I am putting them like the dead bodies in barrels after I wrap them up, and then I mend the hole in the wall.
Okay, but the only barrels were outside front door were 2 barrels, and there's 1 barrel in the bedroom. I mean, not the bedroom, the kitchen.
Yeah, he's got to chop the bodies up in order to fit them in a minimal amount of
How are you
time.
going to fit 2 bodies, 1 barrel?
2 bodies, 1 barrel, butt to butt.
Never played Jenga before, obviously.
Did you see Mrs. Marvin? She was hefty.
She's a hefty woman.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was a hefty woman.
So her
Not
butt's
to be
like
rude,
barrel
just in terms of
size.
volume in a barrel.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, she did take the queen size blanket because she is a queen, and we honor her. And I think maybe I might just. There's not a lake. I was planning to put them in a barrel and just roll them into a lake, but if there's no water here,
No, I don't understand why you guys keep assuming there's water at this boat store.
Well, is there at least a big? Is there a big puddle
Or at
from this
least a
orphan?
large puddle.
from
No,
this hurricane?
there's no water. You'll ruin his small bit of yard that he has in this city.
Oh my
From
god!
the
But he's selling
hurricane.
boats.
He's got boats out back that you could buy. They're all small. They're all small boats.
Like, you could carry
And
you
they're
could carry
not
them to the water.
Yeah, you could carry them to water.
This hurricane is bringing in no water whatsoever. It's just dry
Right, there's
outside.
so much water.
Oh no, I see what you're saying. Yes, it can get wet. It's okay. I'm just saying, like, he would never put a puddle or a lake in his yard.
You know, I'm just gonna leave them in the beds. Who's gonna come looking? I'll just leave them wrapped up and just a little note says sorry, my friend did this, and
Yep.
and
Poor Marvin.
loot their home. Just loot their home for valuables.
Oh my god. Okay. All right, roll.
They were such nice people. They were so good.
B, what did you end up rolling on that perception check?
Always remember you.
12.
On the okay, so it's gonna take a while. So it's actually starting to get dark outside now. Now it's not just the storm that's blocking it, but the storm will ease up some. So now it's just a light rain and just moderate wind. Okay, but yeah, you're gonna find Marvin's boating store. As you walk B, you see that large shining glass that's brand new. It looks like things have been fixed, and you look inside the small oil lamp that's dangling there. It looks very nice, and just Bognak, very carefully grabbing things, not making noises, but putting them in a bag, and turns, and you guys lock eyes.
Doors unlocked.
He's gonna jump through the hole, though.
The hole, I mended the hole, and it's on the
shit.
second floor, I think.
Oh no,
Can I
the
try
hole
to ju-
the hole's on the backside of the house because it was when the stairs were going up and it was on the wall.
Oh, okay.
That's on the back.
Damn it, I'll just go through the door like a normal person. How boring.
Bognak,
Yeah.
everyone is present, just so you're not alarmed.
Yeah, I figured it's best not to keep splitting us up, but they are just gonna keep tracking us. So we should probably address that immediately and get.
Want me to
get
cut
them
my
off.
arm off?
Well,
Yeah, we can
you
always
could-
cut her arm off.
Well, we've agreed that I think we've agreed that we want them to come find us. So they were gonna go commit a bunch of chaos to get their attention, but I thought we'd find you first before doing so. But I think we're gonna turn ourselves in so that that way we can just talk to the heads or whatever. They're trying to capture us, anyways.
Why are they trying to capture you guys? Surely you guys just went around, no mischief, nothing crazy happened, right?
We burned the house
Well, I mean,
down and killed a
On
family.
principle, well, we didn't kill the family. We did burn a house down. Well, someone
I killed
burned the
a
house
family.
down.
Well, I didn't kill a family. I'm an accessory.
It was an accident, okay? Nobody was doing anything on purpose. Things got heated.
Literally.
Russ lost control of his emotions and lit the place up. It happened
And
sometimes.
Livia pushed Russ to a point where his emotions could get lost.
Penny looks at Russ.
So we
Oh.
we can take accountability for ourselves now, Russ? Is
I
that
don't know,
what's
lead by
happening?
example, Yumi.
Penny,
Oh, I think you mean Livia. Who the fuck is Yumi, motherfucker? Don't project on me right now.
You see fire appear at his
nice.
fingertips.
Bobcat steps between both of them. I know we're not at school anymore, so I don't need a council vote, but I think we should get a counselor for this group. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Maybe we can find one in this town before we leave.
Whoom through the wall. You know, I've gotten very good at listening to all of your problems, and I have all these thoughts in my head. Perhaps I could sit down and try to get you relaxed. That's so weird.
Penny is staring
What has
at
Bognak
daggers
been
at
teaching
Russ.
you?
What?
Staring at him.
Oh, nothing you haven't written down, you pervert. All right, sorry. It's been a long day. Guys, all right, but no, seriously, in all seriousness here. Do we want to get caught or not? I personally prefer not, or we should at least let like somebody with all the ships and stuff know what we're doing. I found Nugs, by the way. He says this island's a time bomb. Nugs, my dear childhood friend. I've told you all about him. I told you. Remember we were all flying on the dragons? We were flying on the dragons.
Yeah.
I told you guys my whole life story. We were together for a week in the air, and I was
Fuck, that was 4 years ago, but yes, you keep reminding us that we did fly here together. Yes.
yeah.
A lot
that's
of
why we're
happened
just
since
flying. Well, you weren't there, so I guess Livia, you have a pass.
I
But
really
no,
have no idea.
I found him. He says this island's a powder keg, and I know our plane was kind of weighted out on this island. We've got nothing but enemies here, and it sounds like it's about to blow.
Oh, well, we started with enemies, but which is why I think us getting captured is kind of on brand to what we came here to do anyways, because either way we have to speak to the shadow government under the same stipulations, which is us talking to them on their turf either way. They were just weird about it the first time, which was annoying, but not going to rehash the past.
We could just wait for them to come to us here and
Yeah,
be
but-
like, listen, we will amicably, or whatever that word is, go nicely, and do that. So maybe they won't, like, roll up in here and cast some spells on our asses and shit.
Oh, they're
Would be
definitely
nice.
gonna do that. They're going to start. They're not taking us. nicely. I think
That makes me want to
recommendation
fight.
burning the house down. I think we've shat the bed with that one. So I think they're assuming we have hostile intent because of the burning of the house and now the dead bodies. I assume in this
If
house.
they wouldn't have started it, we wouldn't have caught a house on fire. Is all I have to say.
I'm pretty sure
Actually,
the house was
house
unrelated.
would've-
House fire was unrelated to the wizards, according to the conversation that you two just had.
Listen, Russ is really getting to me, and clearly I'm picking up on his habits of projecting. I apologize for his behavior affecting me this way. I'll do better.
This is not healthy. We're not healthy.
Oh God, no.
You're villains.
We're effective, not healthy. Anyways,
I'm a little worried if we all get caught, because then who's gonna get us out if they don't want to release us?
I mean,
Oh,
who's
they're
gonna
not
get us
gonna
out?
what?
Who's gonna
Release
get us out if the same thing happened when we came here to meet them? Is what I'm saying. There's no difference between us getting captured and us coming here to talk to them, like we did. Because we came here to talk to them, right? And
Yeah.
now they're just mad at us, but they still need our help either way. So if they're gonna kill us, they're gonna kill us. But those wizards weren't throwing fireballs at us; they were getting in our heads.
Well, why don't you guys?
We're stopping us.
I'll keep watch with Will if you guys want to rest up before we get caught, at least. If the plan is to get caught, if you guys got into a firefight, as it were, I'll, rest up and maybe, and also that's my only thought. Like, I think you guys should rest up before we do this, but if what I hear is true, they're not going to be a problem for much longer anyway. I think we get out of here. If what Nugs told me is true, he said the place is a powder keg about to explode, but he wouldn't give me more details. If you want to talk to him, Penny, I think you could maybe reach out to him. He said to send to him. He's in
Well,
town.
we're gonna need a pretty strong explosion, because if this place goes up in flames, I'm not sure where else there is to go. There's us fighting Cthulhu, and then these wizards. If the wizards die, there's us fighting Cthulhu, and we can't stop him. So I guess we have to stop another bomb from going off. It sounds like, because
You can warn him.
we
about-
need we
you can
need the
warn 'em.
wizards, truly, or at least we need them to be some sort of helpful. They know something, or at least can stand in the way of attacks.
We can get the best I can do is a vague warning, though, like a vague threat, because that's all I know that's happening for.
Yeah, I mean,
if we
they're
present it
dictators who
in a certain
rule
way,
things
it
by
might be a
slavery.
lot.
They're gonna get fucked up. We are the match that lit that cow peg when we took all their slaves. So
I mean, B, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the whole reason they even brought you in the first place was they thought we knew something about Cthulhu, right?
Yeah.
So we gotta what the hell do we know about Cthulhu that'll keep them from doing anything to us?
Nothing. And what worries me is they're worried about us knowing something about Cthulhu when they don't know anything about Cthulhu, and they have this big, all these things. They have or whatever it's called, that can see
Ornery.
these
It's a hard
places,
word.
and they need us to, and they're asking us little kids for help. That worries me that these big bad wizards who have a militia and army are worried about. You understand? Like,
Yeah.
they're relying on us.
We are not little kids. I know I look 25 years old, but I am actually in my mid-30s now.
Bognak, that's so
Seriously.
cute. I'm 117 at this point, I think. We're
Wow,
little
that's
kids.
17.
You are.
She says, I'm 17.
I don't believe
sure.
in the concept of time, therefore I have no age.
Boo.
And also
That's old
the
people say.
the races in this world have a range of what is the mature age when they hit maturity. So 17 for what a halfling is not 17 for a human.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like 22 or 23 or something for it.
Also, I'm giving elf superiority complex. I'm like, I live for a long time. We're children.
Yes.
You can never amount to anything. It's subtle playing. Anyways,
Yeah,
but
if you want to get caught, we can rest here. There are beds. I don't recommend using them.
They're bloodstained.
Penny kind of looks over at Russ and Bede, and she's like, if you all intend to let us rest, that'd be nice, I suppose. Otherwise, we're at Marvin's boat, if you're listening, or whatever. And she's like, I guess we can...
Yeah,
Wait
Livia's
here.
also down to rest up.
Resting up for sure.
Yep,
Cool.
no, then I suppose we shall rest.
All right, Russ and B, where are you going, B?
I'm resting. I need to rest.
At that same place?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just there. Okay.
Marvin's boats. Everyone pick a boat.
Marvin's boat. Bognak does bring the boats in like a little bed.
Bognak
He
is
makes
still
this
using
nice.
his alert, so he's not going to rest, right?
I can keep watch. Well, do they come back on a short rest? They come back on a long rest. Maybe I just trust Will to keep watch, just like back in the old days. That was like the whole benefit of Will. The
Yeah.
relationship points.
The
So I
alarm
might
clock.
just be like, yeah, Will, if you'll keep watch for us. I just wanted to stay up to find Nugs. I could use a rest. And just keep an eye out. Make sure. I'm gonna cast guidance on him, I guess, right before I go to bed. Just
Cool.
appreciate you, bud. And well, we'll be here. And
He goes up to
Bognak's-
watch.
Bognak's gonna just like bring the boats in for everybody, and like we can all just sleep in those.
The boats?
Yeah, why not? I know.
Wait, you're going outside the hole to the boats?
I thought I mended the hole. Like I said, well, before they come here, I want to mend the hole.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, there's no hole there
No.
anymore.
Yeah.
Hole removal.
It takes
Yeah.
some time, though, because you're mending 5 foot by 5 foot.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Or a
but,
foot, but
I
whatever.
figured before I started looting.
Yeah.
It was a gaping hole to begin with. He really mended it back.
Yes, he did.
Surgical.
Okay. So, yeah, everybody do not get the benefits of a long rest because Will Hamming immediately wakes up Bognak. Bognak is the only one who awakes because Will Hamming leans in to his ear, kind of floating parallel to his body, and whispers, Bognak.
How long were we down? Penny was only assuming we were going down for a short rest, so she was intending for 8 hours, but...
You were down for like 53 minutes.
Okay.
Wake me
And-
up in 7 minutes, Will.
And
Right?
he just tells you in your ear that the entire boating supply is surrounded by those wizards. And they're just standing out there waiting.
Yeah, this might
Maybe they'll wait 7 more minutes.
be a Freebird situation. Now, if they're just chilling, waiting, Penny could use the rest, but Bognak will get up and like he'll wake up. Bognak will get up and just be like, my watch has started, I guess. I don't think I could stall that many wizards for 7 minutes.
It gets
I mean, we're not sleeping. If we're taking a short rest, we're just sitting there.
It
like,
gets
having
to
like, you're not-
59 minutes and 58 seconds. 59. Door burst open. Huge alarms goes off as wizards walk into the room. Bright lights are shined woo, as orbs that go in and surround everybody in this house.
We're all just like sitting there calmly.
And
We're all
you-
just sitting there.
The only person, because it was 59 minutes, it wasn't an hour. It was B. Maybe roll. Let's see, roll some check, because there's been like 3 times I think in this campaign where like things never woke you up or something, or things.
Accurate.
So,
It was a Constitution. I think it's a Constitution.
yeah,
Or something.
yeah, I agree. Con save.
15.
I think you're still asleep.
Yeah, 5 deal.
Yeah, you're the only one still asleep. All right, they're gonna surround the place. Bognak's gonna move back. One of them's gonna. Where is everyone asleep in this 2-story building?
I think Penny's on the first floor. I guess she'd be sitting in kind of a boat if Bognak brought them inside.
Yeah.
Servants laying in
She's
boats.
She's kind of sitting there like crisscross
Me
with
and
her hands
Russ
on
will
the
be in
boat.
a boat.
As they're
I don't
coming
think
in,
Penny's not sleeping. She's just sitting there like meditating, but she's just like there.
Bognak's holding the door open. He's like, "Welcome. Yeah, help yourself. I made some breakfast. I promise you, nobody's going to be eating that, unfortunately. So it's very cold, but help yourself. Yeah, we're coming with you guys."
Okay, there's really no struggle as this all kind of just goes in fast motion. You expected this. They announce, what you're entitled to under these laws as they take you. You're under arrest for, there's just all these crimes. Some of them you're sure you didn't commit, but the number one thing is that you are villains of Dragontooth Academy under the direction of Summit. And so everybody has taken in, since it's willingly, they can use teleport and teleport us into what looks to be a big crystal room, except it's cracked open like every 10 feet, and you can see through the wall, and it looks like it's just tons of serpents and snakes. Like all of this is hovering above a massive, ever-expanding bed of snakes and stuff. And it all leads into like this one door. And there's like a bar here, and like some chairs, and then like a sketching of a door on the other side of the room. As you get there, they explain to you that you'll be shown in front of the... Tanner, you might have to fix your microphone again.
Yeah, you're echoing Scott. Everything Scott says is just playing back through your headphones, then we're hearing it. Is what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
So turn your shit down.
I thought I was hearing myself.
Yeah. And some muffled version of you. I was like,
Horrifying.
sorry, continue.
There's like light music in the air. It seems very relaxing. I know I just described a bed of snakes like through the cracks of the wall down, but it's got like a glow about to it, and there's a soothingness to it. There's not a dangerous feeling in this room. There's this big crystal room with cracks in the side. Almost has like a natural path that goes to that door all the way to the front. The wizards are somewhat uniform. You can almost like see rows, like the cornrows when you like go by them. And they're going to bring forth that a box with those bands, and they're going to walk up to Penny and lift Penny's arm to put the band
No,
on.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Pull your arm back?
Yeah, don't touch me. Ew. And also, they have they spoken to us yet?
Yeah, they spoke
Did
to
you
you
think
from
this-
the room.
Oh, okay, I was like, are these things just happening? Yeah, no. Penny puts her hands up. I don't want to wear your bracelet, actually. You asked to speak to us, though, and so we came.
Very well. Can I get you all anything?
Not to sound cliche, but we come to speak to your leader.
Wonderful. Thank you.
I'll have a glass of water.
He is going
And
to
some water.
move a good 40 feet. He's just going to nod at you and point like he heard you. And everyone's going to leave the room through that door. And you're in this big room with some chairs that's made of crystal with cracks in the wall. And you can see down into snake pits. or snake pit. You all are in the room.
Very dramatic.
It's all of you guys. I guess everyone's just chilling.
Are these snakes saying anything? I speak to animals. Are they saying anything specific? Are they just chilling?
Are you going to
Like
use
gossiping?
it? Is it just
I mean,
an ability?
I just can talk to plants and animals off bat always. What are they saying? What are they talking about? What's the gossip?
They're mumbling about Cthulhu. They're talking about the power, the strength. Everyone seems very excited down there in that pit, like they haven't heard something this juicy in a long time.
They like chaotic excitement. Okay, that's cute.
They're bored down there.
I can imagine so. How far down is it?
It's like maybe 10 feet under whatever structure this room is. It just is expanding, and you can see through the cracks.
Can I
Kind of want to try to get one. Like, hey.
can I cast like so? This is a snake pit. We're just over a snake pit right now. Like, is this a threat? Are they gonna push us in the snake pit? Like,
Please, ambiance.
yeah. Oh, it's just ambiance.
The door opens back up, and
No,
the wizards, like 4 of them file in and just form a protective 2-2 against the doors, waiting. While one walks in, he's got his headdress back. This one doesn't look very young. He looks very old, very, very like orangish tan skin. He looks very excited, kind of coming down. He's got this like magical tablet that's just like a white light in his palm. Kind of lets it go and it floats. Just puts his hand together. I'm so sorry if you feel mistreated in any way, all of you. Pulls out a water for Bognak. Sorry about that. So you all are going to go in front of the Shadow Council. I hope you are ready to prove your case. At the end, you will probably be sent to execution, or if they give you something else, I just want you to be prepared. I'm just kind of going to be your liaison here. So if you'll follow me, I'll take you inside.
So you don't want
Yes.
to talk about Cthulhu?
It
To
is
be
not
clear-
my place to talk about Cthulhu. Not my place. You can bring that up with them. Is everything
I don't
alright?
understand your weird wizard politics, but that's fine, I suppose. Invite us and then tell us different things. But okay, yes, let's go prove our case.
Yes, wonderful.
And she smiles.
Thank you for the water.
Well, you're very welcome, Bognak. It's going to take you to the door. The door slide open. The wizards kind of move out of the way, and kind of takes you into this long, dark room that's got multiple doors on it. And there's wizards kind of at each end of this long room. And they kind of go up and are pushing all the buttons. There's like one button for each door, and they all light up, and the wizards move out of the way. Your wizard guy's kind of with you, your liaison. And one of the doors, boom, lights up. Oh, right this way, right this way. It's going to scurry across the room to that door and open it. And B and Russ will recognize this immediately. Is that tiny hallway that goes forward for about 20, 25 feet with just a blank wall. And it just looks like a black closet that goes on way too long. And he says, right this way, follow me. And he is going to walk in all the way. It's like shoulder length all the way to the end to the wall. You guys kind of bump into each other if you would like to go in. You're standing at this door frame that leads into a dark closet that goes on for a while.
No, yeah, I go forward.
Okay. Russ goes in as well. Livia,
Yeah. Same.
Bognak.
And he's taking in the sights of this whole, like,
At this
trip.
point,
He's like, mm.
at this point, there's no point in not going in. Like, oh, wait in the hall. No. Like,
I just went out here.
All right. As soon as you walk in, the door behind you closes. Everything's dark. You hear the wizard. Yes, rated. Oh, we can do that indeed. Perfect. Here we go. The two walls on the side are going to turn into glass, and you're going to see you're in these long hallways sticking out from walls, and there's tons of them up and down as this chasm goes up and down. Bright light all the way in the middle of this large tube chasm that you're in, with spinning stones and stuff that have already made this throne with this living, cubed together being that's massive, just kind of floating in the middle. And you hear this just like long, calm voice talking about the numbers of the world, talking about like the populations, kind of an updated calculator or counter of like the deaths. Vial, he mentions, has just gone down rapidly. And then from the ceiling descends this large ornery. You hear the wizard in front of you immediately shocked. And this ornery kind of touches down to this sentient figure, and all of the cubes in the world break and turn into this like real-time map of somewhere in Silvernell. But the first thing it shows is the decimated Vial Kingdom, where there were once walls, a castle, a coliseum, markets, towns, just complete rubble. And over top of it, with arms that literally reach all the way around that kingdom, is a very still Cthulhu. And it just kind of like, it's almost like someone's got binoculars and are zooming in. And you hear this sentient voice, the Shadow Council, talking the whole time, explaining to everyone in all these different tubes about the devastation. And it just shows nothing is intact. It's all rubble. And then it just kind of zooms in on this ornate stone circle that's kind of sitting in a square that's perfectly intact and looks very clean with only like a slight couple scratches. And you hear the sentient voice describe this as a teleportation circle to the Vial Kingdom. And he's going to give the sigil sequence out to everyone in this room. I'll designate it later when you ask. And you see all of these Vial soldiers, these tall Amazonian half-elf women, long white hair. They're all packing into the monorails that lead through the mountains to Summit. And this ornery follows this path and just kind of looks back as Cthulhu is standing over just whatever would-be eyes, these black shadowy things, are just kind of like still and dormant. And sitting on tops, or like standing on her neck, you just see Cthulhu, or Headmaster Fatal, just like waiting and looking around the rubble. And then go, ugh, and turn and look, and she looks way up to the top of the Amu-beat tundras, towards where it goes into the clouds. And these soldiers on these monorails go in and just decimate Summit. So this obviously has to be recorded and spliced together. This isn't live. And then from there, you see the connection that Cthulhu has to these soldiers, and it shows that she's controlling this army because all their eyes are the same black, dormant wispiness of Cthulhu's. And they take the 3 monorails and head towards Canterville Kingdom. They head towards Ardinia Kingdom. They head towards the Goblin Kingdom. And it switches to a real-time view where this monorail of like Cthulhu brainwashed Vial soldiers are heading for destruction. And it zooms back to Cthulhu, who's waiting, and she's sitting on the neck. And you see she just kind of looks at her hand, puts her hands in front of her, and B, as you're watching, go ahead and roll me a... Oh, I don't have to mature for that. You hear...
Oh.
The same voice you heard in that port. The cove. Excuse me. And it says, "You better hurry, or she'll wake back up. I know that Milwast is looking at you. You better make a quick decision if you plan to stop me. I'm bored." And as B is getting this message to herself, you guys are seeing this huge structure in the air that she's covering her mouth. And as she does that, she just kind of like looks up, and you see a big smile, and she just like laughs as she looks off into the distance, leans back like she's on her own beach arc.
And this is a live feed?
That is a live feed, yes.
Penny will say out loud, "She's talking to someone. shady bitch. Then also these people who are being mind controlled when we were getting these clips, does it look like they're dying and then like being propped back up, or are they just being like bomb and then going forward?
They were
see,
being
like,
killed, then back up.
Okay. Okay, well that solves one problem. Oh, let's go back by killing innocents. Yay!
What?
Killing innocents. If they were just mind controlled, then like we couldn't kill them. But since they died already, and they're like puppeted, now it's less. It's less morally ambiguous.
Since when have we had a problem killing innocents? We just slept in that boatman's house.
Right.
Okay, well I didn't kill the innocents, Bognak.
Yeah, we didn't kill them, Bognak.
I just don't judge people for their murders. Anyways, sorry. All out loud in front of the sentient cube. So it seems that Patala's getting exactly what she wanted.
Yeah. Do y'all know who the fuck she was just talking to? I'm looking at like
Do you
the
know
Shadow
who-
Council people.
She like Penny will go on top of that and she says, "Do you even know who Fatala?"
Hey, are you raising your hand?
She stops speaking and turns her head.
Have you been talking to Fatal?
Maybe.
Maybe? What do you mean, maybe?
It's kind of been more of like a shitty relationship where like one person does all the talking and doesn't do any of the listening. So she's just kind of been talking to me, you know. Nothing really important, just that weird Fatale shit she's been. Don't even worry about it, you guys. I got it under control.
What did she say specifically? This woman loves to play mind games. B, oh my god.
Anything that we can use.
I'll tell them specifically, like everything that when she's communicated with me so far, and like the time when it first like was happening to now.
It happened like 3 days ago.
So it's only happened once before this, and basically Fatale just keeps saying like, "What are you waiting for?" Like instigating her to do something.
Well,
And
honestly,
she said she's sleeping, right? Before she hurry up before she wakes up. Right? If we're getting word for word translation, yeah.
Yes.
that's big news. But are they asleep because they're controlling these masses, or they just need a little nappy?
The whole room flashes in a bright light as the sentient cubes come together. The big ornery goes back into the ceiling, into its compartment. And there is no ceiling. This goes on forever. Whatever goes into a wall. It starts to form the sentient being in the chair again. And as it starts to spin, you see the different lights of the different hallways that are sticking out in this large chasm going off. And the wizard tells you that just be patient. It will be our time to speak very soon. And as you see the sentient being go to each...
Not been listening this whole time? That thing
As
is
it
rude.
goes to each hallway, it kind of forms like a bridge and just turns into like a stone humanoid and just almost like a shard mine almost. These, it's just these cubes. Just kind of have that, like that blocky look and walks to
How
the
much
hallway.
like a shard mine?
I mean, shard mines can really look like any shape, really, but it's that blockiness because it's cubes
The first of you shard mine.
and rocks put together.
This is fucked. I'm seeing trauma here. Anyways.
And yeah, so he tells you we've got a bit before they come to talk to you, and he reminds you that you are all being turned in for your crimes, and he's going to list your crimes. He seems very distant to you now, like he's kind of amazed.
Are any of them like? Do any of them hold weight or anything that it's like? Or just like you went to this school you were forced to go to. That sucks. You killed this family. We know we didn't do that. You burned this house down. We know how that happened. Anything like that is like.
Yeah,
that
because
are,
I
like,
didn't even
really out
go
of the
to
park?
school.
Are most of them just looting charges? Because I'm going to say I'm not associated. I only looted the one home.
Show me the tapes.
And
I
they
did
were-
it all.
Like, we
Like,
understand
Like,
beef.
don't worry, I'll take your guys' credit for it. Don't even worry about it.
Penny's not a
There's
thief, but she's curious.
He's not a snitch, and I appreciate it. Bognak will go down with you. Barrel horn forever.
Okay, as the sentient being kind of turns and aims directly at your hallway, you can kind
That's
of
guidance on
see
things.
him. The hallway starts to move, kind of goes out. It's getting further and further into this thing instead of the stones coming to them. And as it's going out, you see every single other one of these hallways going in and disappearing into this, so it's just the chasm. And as you go out, the wall is still right there with you. It's just like somehow you're going further in. As you get towards the middle, the glass right in front of you turns solid again, and the room starts to tilt. So if you're looking at the window, it's like starting to tilt like this. So eventually you are putting your weight on the wall, and then the wall becomes the floor as you look up, but it's still glass on that other side. So as you look up, it's just that sentient Titan monster rock thing just hovering above you guys as you're looking straight up this chasm with all this red energy.
Like, how big we talking?
Yeah.
Well, it's made of rocks and stuff in the middle of this giant thing, so...
Okay, I'm just curious if it was like a Titan that could fight Cthulhu big or not. Just curious.
No, not Cthulhu big.
Not Cthulhu big. But
Like currently, you can change forms because there's tons of rocks around, but right now it's kind of like in like the up house form, like shape size.
So if I put her inside a silver now, she'll take a planet over. Got it. Transformers.
No, not like the balloons, just the actual house. It's just a house. I don't know why I said up house.
Bognak is going to stand on the now wall.
I'm just plotting.
Okay, so the room was shoulder to shoulder. So the distance you have from the ceiling is shoulder to shoulder, so you can't stand.
What if I'm
Never
a
laying down?
5x5 cube?
You're just on your
I guess
side
it
now.
is.
You're
I
like,
guess it
okay.
is 5 enough. Yeah, you can just tilt your head. Okay, so but you're looking up at glass. You're like smushed against the glass.
It's just standing next to everybody.
Penny's just
Alright.
sitting here and audibly.
just
This is so
chilling.
dramatic.
You know, our queen, our leader, maybe you shouldn't kneel before anybody. You shouldn't lie before anybody. And I reach my hand out for Penny to help to stand next to me, too.
I'm definitely. I mean, I am 5'6", but I'm more than a 5x5 cube.
Yeah, you can crouch. It's cool. It's cool.
Did it seem like we're being led? Like we're just like being like tossed and turned, or are we,
Yeah,
like,
right now this
being
thing's
led
just kind of looking down at you guys because I always have to decipher what you guys are saying as character or if you're just saying as you. So I have to wait a second to be like, is that them? So yeah, he's just hovering above you guys, and he says, "Thank you, Nathaniel. This is very good for us." Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Listen, I have an idea. Ooh, this room's tight. If you could tilt, never mind. I have them all, as you see. So, if I could be rewarded, perhaps in the building of the... No, you know you cannot have that. Ah, okay. Thank you. I thought I asked.
The ego plays so quickly. Jesus.
Right?
You
Penny out loud says, "Freshman move."
Penelope,
I
welcome
audibly
to the
laugh.
Milwast
Livia
Center. I have an idea, and I need to use you for the greater of Milwast and for Cinder Island. Your options are death for your crimes at Dragontooth Academy, stealing shard mines from our
Freeing the
city.
shard mines.
Interpretation, I guess, Penelope.
Exactly. Interpretation.
Death, or you can do us a favor for your survival.
We've heard that one before, so let's hear this favor.
I want you to be taken into that teleportation circle into Vaio, and I want you to find a vulnerability of Cthulhu, and I want you to take B with you, and that is all.
Why do you think it's in Vaio?
Literally just showed you in the thing.
Why do you think the answer to the weakness of Cthulhu is in Vaio? You want us to go study his toenail clippings?
Cthulhu is asleep in her conscious when she sends her consciousness out to spread amongst those who she kills or takes over, or what we don't fully understand it yet. So right now she is asleep. If we go in quickly, we can look at a close range and not be in danger. I will send wizards with you to protect you, unless any trickery happens, and then they are ordered to kill you in return. And I want you to take B with you, because B has told us everything.
I'm sure she has. You haven't explained exactly why you need us. If your wizards are going to protect us, why can't they do this mission for you?
I want to be clear. I do not need you, Penelope. I need B. And if you are more willing to choose the option of death, I will go down the line to Livia, and to Bognak, and to Russ Quinn, if that is what I have to do. Okay. Shall I move forward? We gave her a chance, Penelope. She did not show up. She destroyed our city. She left, and we were left to pick up the pieces. We knew she was a villain, but we had no idea how out of control she was.
She
We
who?
watched. B.R. Gressive.
Oh,
Yeah, that's me.
my trainee. Yes.
She led us to your lookout. We found where you had taken our livelihood, our allies and our friends, the shard mines. Unfortunately, as the weeks went by, we grew impatient. But we were hoping that a plan was happening that we didn't know about. We trusted the Grifflins, and we trusted B. Nothing came about. And then we invited you back. Just B and Russ and Rakshita. And they turned us down again.
Technically, you sent B to pick us up. We returned, and then you didn't want us anymore.
Interpretation.
Interpret.
Good and bad.
So I ask you again. Death or take B?
Take B to Vail to go learn about Cthulhu, which you know nothing about. I mean,
B
Sounds like
knows
when
a lot about Cthulhu. B
Oh.
was directly credited for bringing the final blow to birth her.
and
from
who?
her spine.
Where'd you hear that from?
B. our aggressive has told us everything.
Now, didn't we just talk about interpretation of events? Because I was there, and I think I remember things a little bit differently. But you know, that's
Everything
always.
she said was true,
Her facts were backed up by her boyfriend.
and I'm not biased.
Also,
Livia just looks and is like, "Have you heard him speak? And you believed that?"
Yeah, I've got to chime in here as well. Yeah, he's definitely biased. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the
yeah.
least okay, maybe I'm a little...
Queen's gonna say, "Settle down, everybody. Settle down. I've got this." She's gonna
Be what
look.
you tell them.
She's just gonna go. Shh. She's gonna like give a thumbs up and then turn back around. She goes, "I think I told you everything, and I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. You really think I would tell you everything?
we trusted you.
You're looking in the wrong place for Cthulhu's weakness. It's been right in front of you this whole time, stupid." B is gonna point to her stomach. She's gonna rub her stomach. Said, "There was a very important detail that I left out for you guys. This baby that's growing inside me was conceived at the exact second that Cthulhu has risen. You know what? Baby is born to defeat Cthulhu.
Can we group
I
fact check?
still,
She has the
still,
prophet
there is
child
still
within
more
her.
that you don't
Oh,
know.
there's more.
Stupid. You've
What'd she
gotten
say?
played. You've gotten played by VR aggressive. Supposed to be a bunch of fucking smart wizards. And I couldn't even read 4 years ago, and I outsmarted all of you. If you want Cthulhu's
sis.
weakness, it's right here inside me.
She got it. It's there.
And
What?
Penny looks at this thing out. She wants to see if it believes her. She's like
She
watching
said
the thing.
Bognak looks at Russ and everybody else says, "Oh my God, B's pregnant! What?
Shut
Oh,
up, Bognak.
whoa!
Bog-
I didn't."
Now you
Russ
realize,
nobody-
Bognak, everybody knows.
Russ had. They didn't know. What?
Russ is crushed.
What?
Yeah, sorry, Russ. Bognak told us.
Whoa,
Literally
no,
everyone
hey,
is lying to you.
hold on.
Roll a persuasion check.
B.
B.
You help.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I be given the help
It-
action with my like?
Can I-
five comments? And I'm like, you go Sith.
What's
No,
that?
because that whatever that thing is not looking at you guys like as he looks at B. It's completely different level than you guys.
Yeah, it's whipped.
It was a 15.
Ooh.
Come
Be-
on,
use a
persuasive
relationship
mommy.
Use your
Oh yeah,
relationship.
can I use my rust die?
Yes.
That's a 3 to that, so 18.
18.
Cast guidance on the wrong person.
Yeah.
Is she near me? I'll take her a leg. Is she close to me?
The voice says, "We share the same cause. We wish to take down Cthulhu. Now, where we differ is what happens afterwards. So let's talk about what will happen afterwards after we are successful. We will take over a mass amount of land.
Oh, now we're gonna talk about it. Okay.
Right, that was quick.
I thought you meant later, but okay, yes.
I will take over a mass. Milwast will spread and become the new government. What do you want? I see our future."
We'll let B go first since B is
So
the
let's
one
say,
he cares about the most.
isn't me? I want me, my friends, and just everybody behind her to be left the fuck alone by you guys, and we will leave you alone. You will never see us again. Don't come looking for us.
When Cthulhu is defeated, we will designate a land that will be your own, and you will be protected by Milwast. Perfect. The door is going to open, but you're sideways, so it's like it's still the door frame still moved, but you like fall out like a toaster or something. You know, like roll out of it. Except for Bognak, I guess it's Cubie. Very well. I will take different shape to go over the details. Excuse me, sir. Is that all? Yes, and you can have what you want as well. Thank you so much, sir. The door's going to open, and that wall's going to become solid, not glass. Door
Are we
opens. The
free now?
wizard. Yeah, everyone can like slide back out. Russ, as soon as we get out, Russ' first thing is like,
That was so weird.
Yeah, this I can see why this civilization is a what did Bognak call it, a exploding barrel or whatever.
Powder
Yeah,
keg.
they're really stupid. Really stupid. Come on now,
Really
like,
dumb.
Leave that.
Like, he totally bought the whole idea that you were pregnant.
Yeah, she's not pregnant. Whoa! Can you
Are
believe
you
it?
kidding? Like,
Okay,
fucking
now I know you told everybody, Bognak. That was so obvious. You told
Yeah, yeah,
everybody now.
Okay, no, I didn't tell everybody. All right, so I will admit I told two people and they told me they'd known.
You spread it
walk
like
me out.
fire?
No, I didn't spread it like fire. It was when you were kidnapped and I was worried about the baby and I was trying to get you guys out.
Oh, you were worried about me.
Yeah, I told Clea and I was like, we gotta save that baby. And Clea and I was like, yeah, I know she has a baby. I was like, what?
So that's why he
Yeah.
spread your rumor like fire.
No, that's okay.
Oh, that's
I
kind
really-
of cool. Can you imagine Cleonel saying that about you? Like, oh, I know. I'm so glad you know, because she does.
Let's leave the acting to Clea and I. But anyway,
Try to sound my girlfriend like that. Your own girlfriend.
if he asks what else we want, let's just say we don't want this Nathaniel guy to get what he wants, right? Fuck this Nathaniel guy.
who is kind of brushing himself off, like getting off the floor, getting out. Perfect. There's all these other wizards in the room, and he's going to say, "Well, I guess we wait for the next part of the meeting. Details. This is perfect. My family can eat."
God, they don't
They don't normally feed
your
them?
family? Yeah, that's insane.
Like, is that like a rare occurrence that y'all eat? Like, what are you talking about?
Oh no. We eat. It's an expression, you know. Because we
No,
get a
I
lot
don't.
more. We get a lot more cheddar cheese if ours is the plan that's selected, and capturing you guys is just kind of like the perfect.
Why do they pay you in cheese and not money?
No, that's
Yeah.
another. That's another expression. It's a little little trick of mine.
It's not a
Common
great
phrases.
expression because I used to pay my soldiers in cheese. But we
Yeah,
didn't have-
some
Oh.
people actually do that.
Oh, I am
They're
so
also hungry.
sorry. I've triggered your allergies. Wait. That's another phrase.
That's not how talking about cheese first. No.
You lactose intolerant?
Wait, hold on. Do you guys think Cthulhu might be lactose intolerant? We just busted
That
this
might
wide
be
open.
it.
What has this turned into?
Penny steps to the side as all this conversating is happening, and she casts Sending to Mortonzow, and she says, "Things took a turn. Buckle down. The soldiers, they're watching you. If you don't hear back, give Milwast absolute hell until the end. Love you." And she sends it off, and he has 25 words to respond if you like.
To Mortonzow?
Yeah.
So I say love Bognak at the end of my messages, and everybody laughs. You say love you at the end of yours, and nobody bats an eye.
It's because I'm a
He responds,
Mortonzow's been in her mouth.
hurry back, gotten word, wizards moving towards this area, boats spotted out at sea, might be getting surrounded soon, not sure, just a hunch. Bye.
I'm not gonna let him die like that. I sent message
No,
again.
no, that wasn't bye like die. That was bye as in
okay.
I just had a last word.
I was like, wait.
You could at least said love, like I mean,
Right? Like, what a fucker.
or like a pet name. Like you didn't have to.
Like, bye boo. Or like, I don't know. Like,
Mortonzow's got a lot of anxiety about his love with. He's like always kind of unsure with Pet.
He's at
We
imposter
get
syndrome,
it.
for sure.
Man,
He always feels
but
like he has to do
still.
more.
Was that the end of his message though?
He feels like they're gonna get surrounded. He's gotten word that wizards are getting closer towards this area.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the end.
Perfect. Then I will send message back to him, and I will tell him,
We have a pre-written message that you're clearly reading, MJ.
Great.
no, I'm looking at our
25 words.
no, I'm looking at our troop numbers actually.
Oh.
So okay, I'm gonna tell him, wizards on guard. Put the wizards on guard, and have archers hiding everywhere. Break concentration, and break concentration. Focus on casters. Our wizards will give support fire. And send. So basically, our wizards fight, and our not wizards shoot arrows at those fuckers who are shooting spells at us.
Okay,
That's the
sends it
concentration.
back. Says with Zergay, we'll write up that plan. Zergay loves it. Sorry for not saying love you last time. You know how I can be. Love. Damn it.
That's an improvement. That's communication.
Let's take it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Boom, and that's me.
I want Penny's like these sendings to be played on a speakerphone almost. I really do.
This idle bug chatter.
Yeah.
Mother's calling.
Mother's calling.
Okay, that wall with the door frames that you just went into that little hallway, it becomes glass, and you can see in the middle of that tube, the guy is now like 20 times as large sitting there, and Senti Thing is looking at you. The glass disappears. You feel the light wind going by through now this big hole that leads out, and says, "Who would like to do this?"
Oh,
Look over at B, and I'm like, "Are you in charge of this?" And I look at Penny, and I'm like, "Are you in charge of this?" Then I look at Bognak, and then I look back at Penny and B.
He says, nose goes.
Do you have to go?
God damn it. Fine.
well, the three of you put your fingers on your noses, and Penny steps forward and says, "It looks like we're all in." And she steps forward because I'm
Penny.
gonna gaslight you all.
Wait, you're gonna what?
You said nose goes, and she said, "It looks like we're all in," because everyone touched their nose, and she's like, "I guess we're all going." And so Penny steps forward, and she's like, "We're in."
Maybe before we go, can we get a quick rest in, like a little nap, just like a quick one, Surely the tram's not going to get all the way there before we can get there if we're
We
teleporting.
don't know when Cthulhu will wake up. It is wasted time. If you could
It's
draw
gonna
the
be
circle, you see the wizard's going to go around and take the chalk and just kind of like chant this magical thing as the other wizards are surrounded it. So he draws this big circle.
It's going to be wasted time if we all die. But I got you. Let's do a quick item exchange. Does anybody have anything that we can trade off before we start off? Maybe
4.
give everybody one healing potion.
3.
Oh, I don't have any healing potions.
Does anybody have a plethora of healing potions? And maybe
The
one
circle lights up.
I was like, he has 5 potions
I
in her
have all
hat.
those bottles I stole, but I don't know what they are. We said we were just gonna roll randomly, so I can take all of those out of my hair and I'll drop them down.
Starts pointing with the portal. She's like, these.
Please just let us exchange goods.
All right, as the circle lights up, you guys are teleported immediately. All the way as the light finishes and kind of goes out, you just feel a freezing cold of air just constantly rushing, and as you look around, you're definitely in the Asmar Plains. It's dirt and sand, but you're in the middle of this crumbled city on that perfect teleportation circle that you saw before, and it's just rubble as far as you can see. A small, like the door frame of like the castle is left, but everything else is crushed. Pieces of roof in the Colosseum, and legs all around you because it all comes up to Cthulhu that's above you. And you can
they
just
sent wizards with us, right?
Yes, there are 3 wizards with you guys.
Thank you.
Everybody huddle. Keep one of the wizards alive because we got to get back.
Yeah, Penny will look at them and be like, "Do you all have teleportation circle prepared?"
Yes, they do.
She looks at Livia and Bognak, and she's like, "All right, so each of us will protect one, and hopefully one of them makes it out." Honestly, not. And she looks at one and goes, "I'll take this one," and she just points it out. She arbitrarily points to one of the wizards and goes, "I'll take this one," and we're gonna buddy up with them because I don't. I need one of them to live. And I don't trust Scott to keep him alive. Abandon our ass out here.
Which one of you is cool? Which one of you is cool holding hands? Because me and Will are going to be holding hands. So who wants to join us?
Give us wizards.
What's your
Give us a
names?
hurt.
Give us 3 names right now. I want you all named so you're hard to kill. Nobody wearing a red shirt.
All right, let me get my notepad and write their names down.
I would prefer 2 to be female and not talk about any of us so we can pass the Bechdel test. That is
Livia
my
just like
ask.
over in the corner, like, I just want you to be thick.
They're wizards, girl.
So thick. We're
Okay.
customizing you like Sims while you're already in state.
So the 2 women wizards are Abel and Tristine, and the guy's name is Hermaine.
I look at them and I ask, which one? Do any of you have counterspell prepared?
Yes, they do.
Is it all of them?
Yes, all of them do.
Then I take Abel.
I'll take Hermaine.
They all have. Yeah, they're not gonna sit there and read from the books. They're gonna tell you like, don't worry, we're here to protect you guys, or kill you if you fail.
Protecting you.
We kind of look at them. They say that we're here to protect you, and I feel like all the Dragontooth kids are like, yeah. And then they say the kill thing, and we're like, right.
Nobody get too close to Fatal because she'll rip out the blood on your body. Let's do a quick potion exchange if anybody has some, and break. Please, let's share goods so we don't die.
Bognak wants things from us. Who has things that Bognak wants? Because it's not me, and it's getting kind of desperate. Olivia, is it
I
you?
have 25 random potions, but we said that we're gonna roll for them. So, like, if you want those, take them. That's all I have.
Yeah,
to
B,
do.
give
You want some
Bognak
potions?
your potions.
Who else has things?
Really,
Oh
really
my
wanting
gosh.
some
'Cause I don't have
potions
any.
Literally,
right now
it
that somebody
throws
has.
25 potions at Bognak.
I cannot carry these. Livia, please. Livia, the cat.
Look at the little crackhead at my feet, y'all. Look at Bognak.
Livia, the cat told
You want a
me.
little bit of potion? And Livia pulls like one of the health potions out of her bag and kind of hovers it above his 5'5" ass. And it's like, you want a little potion, Bognak? Give me a little nipple noise.
Oh my god, I'm gonna punch you in the stomach. Give me the fucking potion.
I bring the potion down to his level and give him one of the potions that will heal himself. All the
Okay.
way up.
Kill everybody.
Let-
Cool. I'm trying to keep the wizards alive. Please, God. Like, let's
No,
keep
literally fuck those wizards. We just need one of them alive because they're gonna fucking kill us for sure and run away.
Right?
Don't get fucked, Bognak. You've taken care of one. You better make him like you. But I will start pocketing some of these potions because I have a bag of holding. So I'm just like, bloop, bloop.
Speed throw.
Early.
Okay, so we got to be looking for clues. Are we going to study Cthulhu's body? Like, what are we doing here?
Looks at the wizards.
So you look like you're standing in the apocalypse. The skies are dark, and Cthulhu is.
We're used to it.
Yeah,
Feels like
you guys
home.
like yeah.
It's like feels like home. So we're just flying in blind. Well,
In this desolate land.
are we just flying in blind? I kind of look at the wizards. Do you have any intel before we came in here, or just that they're here?
Who's
Yeah,
here?
That's Cthulhu. Are we just here because we know Cthulhu's here, and like that's the thing we have going for us? Is like Cthulhu's there. Go learn something.
You're
these
here because
wizards
if
know
you
anything?
ever get this close to Cthulhu, you're instantly dead. But Cthulhu is currently asleep and at any moment can wake up. So we're using the opportunity to see if there's any weakness we can spot from very close.
Hey, by the way, if we
know
die, there's a very important piece of intel that I'm sure none of you know that I'm definitely sure B didn't tell you about. So if we die, you're losing probably the most important thing. All right.
Why are you telling us, man? We're
Oh.
just wizards.
I was like, what?
Because
You're
you got to
apparently supposed to keep us alive.
send at least one of us back for the reason Cthulhu's even here in the first place. So,
Not really.
let's
We can
go.
just learn what you have, and then we go back and tell them.
No.
Oh, so you don't need to be here in the first place.
He said, no.
Noted. When we were about to save your ass 5 seconds ago, now you're dead.
All right.
So you talked yourself into that situation.
Guys, I know we love to bicker and quarrel all the time. That's kind of
It's
our
great
thing
sick.
lately. We're standing under a fucking god. Can we get our shit together briefly and just study this thing? And Bognak's gonna roll an investigation, I guess? I don't know.
Perception.
Sure.
Is
What
what I
are you
get.
investigating though? Just looking up at Cthulhu?
Yeah, just looking like if we're standing directly under,
Yeah.
I'm like, are there any stars?
Actually,
Like,
this is a super important investigation check. So put everything you've got on it.
We saw Cthulhu. No, we saw Fatal in this scenario as well.
you know,
What do we
yeah,
remember about that picture compared to where we are right now?
She's on
After
the
he's done with
net.
his role.
Yeah.
So just like we assume straight up. Well, I guess.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it, see her.
Well,
you
you
can
know
see
the
the
guy who's,
neck.
hey, Bognak, can you see Fatal?
No. I don't know yet. But I'm guessing from my roll, no.
Would you
I
go
meant,
for
like-
investigation?
Yeah, no, I don't. She was on the neck. She's up top. Scott, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It wasn't a good roll, and there's not really anything I can do about it.
Okay.
So, I'm not gonna. Play
There is so
around
much
with that.
destruction
Well,
in
that's-
this place. It could hardly even look like there used to be houses. I mean, how do you even start investigating? Everything is like a puzzle piece box, dumped upside down with all the puzzle pieces together. So, and all you can really tell is that the body is like has some solid parts, but at some parts it seems wispy like a gas. It's kind of hard to tell. It feels like it's always kind of moving.
Maybe it's like illusory. Like you saw that wizard before that made 5 of them. Maybe it's something like that.
Is this an illusion? Are we looking at an illusion?
I don't.
Just
I don't.
like-
I don't think a full illusion, but maybe just harder to hit.
Okay. Everybody else make an investigation check. I'll roll one for
That's,
Russ.
Last guidance on Penny after my failure.
24.
Oh. I cast guidance on Livia.
50.
I got +7.
13. Plus 1. 13.
13. What'd you get, B?
11.
Oh, plus 0.
So it's all right. So while everyone is kind of looking up, everyone's kind of listing off things like solid, gassy part. It must be half a mile tall. It seems like from watching like maybe a bird try to get away of just its leg moving, it just like kind of gets sucked into it a little bit, and then like it just like moves its leg and just smashes the bird. So there's some kind of, as you get close, maybe 5 to 10 feet within, suction that happens to its body. But as everyone's looking, Livia, you get bored of looking at this big thing because you're not going to alert anything, but it is peculiar because it looks like there's just been large strips taken out of this kingdom. Everything's been decimated, almost like that big blast that it shot out at that boat when you guys were escaping. Which is funny because everything's kind of destroyed, except for this teleportation circle. That's obviously some kind of stone, but it only has like a couple scratches in it. Why is literally the entire city in rubble except for that?
I point that out to everyone around me.
Fuck. They wanted us to come. Fuck.
Yes, it is a trap.
Wizards,
a
please.
trap.
As you guys are looking around, you notice the wizards are just kind of watching and listening to you guys, and just watching Livia stare at the teleportation circle. What are you thinking?
What am I thinking?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why the fuck, like, how is this still intact when it was supposed to be decimated like everything else in its path? What have you brought us here to? How did you manifest this right here? Or was it currently here and we just...
Well, this is a
didn't get
teleportation
affected?
circle that's... you have to build these over a year for the magic to even take effect. That's how we get around with that spell. But it is peculiar that this is still intact. I don't know what kind of stone this is. None of the wizards know what kind of stone this is.
I cast Identify on the stone.
Okay.
Can I insight check? Talk to Queenie. Ask if have you seen anything like this before? Like that would make that we've seen that makes sense. Like what would knock out a whole city but not hit one area, or like.
No,
Yeah.
she wouldn't have known this because as she uses Identify, it's a Sorarian stone that's found in the Titan Peaks.
Oh.
But actually, I will say this: as
That
Livia
thing
says that stone, go ahead and roll me a history check, Penelope or Penny.
I was like, that's my name. I was like, that.
Yeah, I called you that for like 5 minutes straight. It got hard not to say it.
Is Will with us?
I will cast guidance on myself as I'm thinking about this.
I'd have probably
possible.
wanted
Yeah.
Will to stay behind because I don't know, like a soul near Cthulhu makes.
Yeah,
me
I imagined him stayed behind too.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Keep my little baby Will alive. I'm good with that.
I'm tempted to push one of the wizards into Cthulhu to see if it disappears, but I won't do it. No, it's on my mind.
You're a wizard. I only got a 10.
Please keep in mind they're authorized to kill us if you betray them.
You remember some story about Sorarian cave, Sorarian cave, something to do with dragons in Sorarian caves.
Why do I know that name? It's on my tongue. There are caves that held.
Yeah, in the
Sweet.
Titan Peaks. But you wouldn't know that part where they are. You've just heard stories of, because Queenie would feel, I guess, the nature, or whatever.
This might be
Was that
great.
what I think that's connected to Asgarath's cave? Knowing that he's first from a cave, and it's a
Right,
dragon
like
cave.
that's what I was thinking.
With a
Like,
10,
the
you
dragon
would-
thing like trigger something in my mind, perhaps.
Oh, so Penny says that out loud about Sorarian caves. Yeah, roll me
I
a
think she
history
speaks out
check,
loud to it.
Livia.
To Queenie. She's like, Sorarian caves, a dragon. She's like trying to remember a thing, and she's like,
19.
Not Asgarath, Tiamat.
Tiamat?
Yeah, or Tiamat, or Tiamat.
dragons in their caves.
And 19, you would know that there are two opposing dragon forces, and one of them is dead, which is Asgarath, and the other one is Tiamat. So, in the lore of Silvernell, those are
The one you hate.
two. So,
The one I didn't have like a cult following for.
right.
Your arch
Right.
rival, some would say.
Yeah.
The other candidate. Stone from their cave. Okay.
Does this stone look like they tried to destroy it and they couldn't, or it was intentionally left?
It's got pieces of rubble laying on top of it and around it and stuff. It looks like maybe either this was just installed, but that would be impossible because it takes a year to activate a teleportation circle that's sturdy like this. So it would have had to have been there.
Have any of them teleported to Vio before? Like, can they confirm that this is the same one? Like, they're currently speculating.
That
can they confirm that this is?
That they can confirm that it is the same exact teleportation circle that has been in that kingdom for a
Okay.
very long time.
Bognak might take out a pickaxe from his pack and just try and break off some of the stone around it.
Roll an athletics check for how strong.
What's that?
Uh, 26.
Holy crap!
Strong,
As you
Bognak.
swing this big axe, boom! It cracks your axe in half, breaks off the left side, and does not scratch the teleportation circle.
So a stone that's strong enough to hold a dragon and withstand a blast from Cthulhu. Okay, so maybe there's something to this rock or this cave in the Titan Peaks.
How could they have shaped this stone? How could they have gotten the stone out in the first place?
Well, I mean, if they knew about it, they could mine it out. I'm sure Titan Peaks is part of. I don't think it's owned by anybody. It's just a mountain range.
How do they mine it? That's my whole.
Oh, probably magically.
Yeah. Let's throw my broken pickaxe. So that's the best piece of intel we've had in a while. So you don't want to get near it because you get sucked in. They can't break the stone. Nothing seems to be able to break the stone except for something that could mine it.
I wonder if the stone could break it.
The
Break
stone.
itself.
Could the stone break Cthulhu, or could the stone break the stone?
The stone
Could
probably
the
got
stone
Cthulhu.
break Cthulhu? Yeah. Like, could we,
Maybe-
like, stab?
That was my idea to make some more of these, to make some weapons out of this, but we're not getting any material here.
Livia, do you know if Tiamat was trapped in their cave? Asgrath was trapped in their cave. Do you know if Tiamat was just in a cave, or were they trapped in there? Because if they were trapped, then this stone could be magical in that way, versus it being strong because Tiamat was in it with it.
Yeah. Is that... I feel like that's something I would know.
What do you know about your
From-
opponent?
From the stories, you know both Asgarath and Tiamat were trapped in caves.
Correct. Yes. So Tiamat is still currently trapped in their cave, I believe.
Okay.
Allegedly.
So maybe.
So I mean, yeah, it might have something to do with the stone as to why it's trapping them in the first place.
Or having the power to trap a dragon is a very notable thing.
Yeah.
If I were a government, I would want that at my house for sure. I look at the wizards. Do you all know anything? Do you all know anything about Titan Peaks or anything going on there that might draw attention?
Titan Peaks is just a place full of, monsters and large beings and vile things. It's very wild and jagged, and there is the Thunderdome inside.
Thunderdome.
What's that?
It's like a large, like the world's biggest coliseum where the greatest of heroes go up, and there's a yearly Thunderdome champion.
That sounds like it could be helpful for a war or something. A bunch of champions.
True.
But
Yeah, but I don't like the sound of heroes. And I don't think they'd like the sound of us either.
yeah, well, I like the sound of Cthulhu less, and I think they will as well. But
You
interpretation.
hear this big sound
Fuck that thing.
as like the whole ground kind of shakes, and like the
Okay,
whole ground
Hermaine,
dust.
take us back. Take
Yeah,
us
to get
back.
us the fuck out.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
As the legs start to like move. The wizards
Yeah,
are
wizards,
like,
I think it's time for us to go.
okay.
Or we can all die together.
They're gonna start drawing with chalk this large teleportation circle and recite this sigil sequence that is back in the Milwast Center. As it lights up, you just see Cthulhu start to begin to walk away from the monorail direction and aim towards that icy peak all the way at the top of Amabi across the Banter Marsh, just going in that direction. And you're back in, and immediately they tell you, the sentient cube guy tells you that the different groups got to different kingdoms, and now every single kingdom in Silvernell under the Summit rule has been destroyed. All the major governments of the world except for one has been eradicated.
So you were just waiting for this, weren't you? Because if someone got taken out so quickly, this just has to be a field day for you.
Right? This feels a little bit too coincidental for y'all because I definitely do not believe in coincidences.
It is not coincidental. It is on purpose. We were biding our time, and we're ready to engage in a full frontal assault against Cthulhu.
And
But
what's
we
your
need-
plan that differs from theirs?
Were you able to find a fatal flaw?
Fatal? Maybe not, but we have some information. What do you know about the starts the S rock from
Saurarian.
the Saurarian rock or cave in the Titan Peaks? Any familiarity with that stone or mineral material?
No.
Well, it seems to be the only thing left standing over there at Vayu. And we believe it was used in the cave that held Tiamat. And if it's strong enough to hold a dragon, perhaps it's strong enough to hold some other monsters. Or at least make weapons out of it to use. But if it can battle a dragon, I'd wager dragon versus Cthulhu.
As you start to describe more of this situation, to simply being like why you believe it, the place was destroyed, that wasn't destroyed, they get more on board with it, and they reconfirm that B and Russ and Rakshita are still banded, and they can still see everything you're doing, but they're not going to allow you to just destroy the city anymore. They will arrest you and bring you back here and literally teleport you out of their city. But they can give you the resources that you need if you need to go get some of this rock and stone, if you can come up with a plan. Again, they will give you the resources you need moving forward.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're working together. I don't want to call you Shadow Government. Do you have a name?
No.
Cube. Great. So I guess we'll call you Cubie. And
Aw,
it seems like
Cubie.
it seems like we'll be working together for a little bit. So how about you leave my friends alone, and we'll leave you alone until we dealt with this.
Sounds good to me. If you are willing, we can take you back to your port. We will call our wizards off.
Yeah, I'd hate for us to have any more casualties. That's just going to be so messy.
It
But we can definitely
seems
see what our people know.
we would only be hurting ourselves in the long run.
Exactly. You're a very smart Cube. You just got to listen to the right people.
I have a quick favor to ask. Maybe it might speed things up for us a little bit.
Yes, Bognak.
I have an old friend waiting for me at the Asmar port. Is that what it is?
Asmar.
Asmar. Oh, yeah, the Asmar port. He should have some rowdy youths with him. If you could help collect them and to meet us at the port. From what I've seen, there's nothing there left. But if there's any survivors, I mean, they'll help our cause.
For the next week, you guys are taken back to the port. Everything seems chill about the shard mines because you explain the situation. Milwast is now fully going to mobilize any shard mines that are remaining in the city that did not use the services, which are another 1,000. But not only that, anyone in the city can volunteer. The news starts to come out about Cthulhu, but it's being led by the cheers of victory that Milwast plans to expand. Like, there's it seems like there's knowledge trapped in this city. Like, not a lot of people. It doesn't look like you're keeping them out, but it looks like they just don't care. Maybe because they're so prosperous.
It's a cult. It's cute.
Yeah, it's kind of culty.
We know what it is.
It's like a whole city
Yeah.
cult, you know?
They've got nothing to lose. I mean,
They're done
honestly,
that.
they're like, listen, they can't fight it. I get it. I vibe.
In city
Into the
cult.
world cult. Into the
It's
world
like-
cults really be like that.
It's like Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, Jesus.
Just kidding. I do love Asheville, actually.
But they actually
I'm
send
done.
ships out and retrieve nugs. And so at Port Royal arrives this big ship with nugs and 30 of these, like, ready to kick some ass street fighters, ranging from, like, 12 to 28.
Yeah. We will get them on that roster and figure it out. What do you do? What's good for you? What's your strong set?
I don't even interview them. I just write "they kick ass" next to everybody's name.
I smell some espionage. I love kids being spies. That's always fun. None expects a little guy to stab you.
Any of y'all like to bake?
Okay, so I'll ask you for the last roll for tonight from each of you. What is the one thing you'd like to do during the week?
I want to. Does it have to be at Port Royal? It can be like I want to go. I want to use
As long as you can
the
get to it in a
Milwast
week.
Center. Yeah. So I want to go to the Milwast Center with myself, Zergay, and the Great Memory Shard Mine. And I want to play back. I want to watch. I want to spend like the whole week or as much time possible watching every Cthulhu encounter that happened. I want to know how Cthulhu is using people. I want because they can like watch. They're like watching recaps of things. I'm trying to watch like I'm trying to time out how much time between how long Cthulhu got in those bodies and before the time they came back into it. I'm looking at like when they're in the bodies and attacking civilians. Do they look like people are just getting wiped out by? Like, are these things empowered while they're under the influence of Cthulhu, or are people just getting shit-faced because they're
All
trashy
right,
fighters?
roll me an
Just kinda like-
investigation check.
All right. Oh. I'm going to put beloved dice on this because, girl... All right, let's see what Morton's got for me. Oh, that's so bad. Well, I'm going to use these dice anyway. Let's see.
I cast help.
Ooh, these are... Get out my hand, dice. Oh, no. It's a 5. Is it a 2, a 1, and a 3?
You can't tell how Cthulhu is doing this mind
That's a
control
6,
thing.
MJ.
A 6.
That's a 6.
All right.
Does that change anything?
No, yeah, you can't understand how Cthulhu is doing what Cthulhu is doing, but it's you see the whole path across the ocean, crushed right through Garnak, crushed right through Dornif, spread across, came and destroyed Vail, and then they took down Summit while taking the monorails out, so they couldn't take the monorails back. So just in those kingdoms, the Goblin Kingdom, it also has taken over Vail soldiers that fall down dead as soon as they're done. So just all the kingdoms are decimated. All of them. Ardini is destroyed. Oof. Oof.
All right, y'all. I tried.
All right,
Next.
Livia.
Yeah, we'll all roll better than
Yeah,
me,
so
I
like
set the standard high.
all this like dragon talk kind of just like triggered a lot of thoughts for me. So I feel like for at least like the beginning portion of this week, I'm gonna like really like sit down and like sift through all of my thoughts and be like, has anything like triggered a memory that we may be able to like obtain something that could fuck with Fatal and Cthulhu in some sort of way?
Just going
I'm
back
just
to your
like-
memories.
Yeah.
All right, roll an insight check.
Be like, oh, maybe this. $21.
Yes.
Something to fuck with Fatal or Cthulhu. There seems
Yeah,
to
like
be
maybe an obtainable item or something, like something that I know of.
this is all based on knowledge you already know. You probably need something big to take down Cthulhu, so that monster in the sea that Captain Saltus was building, that could probably be good. Maybe even that with armor of that rock, that Serarian stone, maybe they could just take blast from Cthulhu if they went that route. It wouldn't help you with Fatal, but if you wanted to get something close to fight Cthulhu, maybe that stone would be good armor. You could stay around longer. Alright, that's what you get.
Okay.
Alright, Bognak.
I'm really torn between two things. And so I would like to, because one of them's like more a research oriented thing, which I think would be Russ's strong suit. So I'd like maybe to ask Russ if like he didn't have something else he was planning on doing. To research how to mine that stone. That stone is the key to taking down Cthulhu and protecting us. And I think he would have a better chance of finding an answer if there are libraries in Milwast, if they would let him research that, or if any of the researchers, any of our wizards could do that. Like, I think somebody may be more suited to that. I'd like to guide somebody towards that. But Bognak has a more personal mission I think he wants to do.
I'm gonna do research with mine, so it would make sense if Russ was doing research too, because we'd be doing it together.
He can give you the help action.
Makes a lot of sense then. Yeah, cool. I like that. So I'm gonna go with my other thing. Bognak knows about Esper rocks, and he knows they're buried deep in the ocean and they're dangerous in a liquid or gas form. He would like to send some of the shard mines down. Like, he would like to find the guy that's a very good diver. I believe his name is... No, I didn't take down the... Oh, Jorg is very good at diving and swimming. So we'd like Jorg to leave a group to find these Esper rocks, so Bognak can hone them into, like, smoke bomb-esque weapons, or basically, like, things he can throw on the ground. That's something Bognak would like to do, just if we're going to be fighting, like, people taken over by Cthulhu or anything like that.
Okay, they tell you to walk that distance on the ocean floor and do research and to mine bring back. You're looking at, like, a month. You're looking at, like, 2 months. Well, because technically in Silvernell a month is only 2 weeks, but we won't get into the time of Silvernell. So it would take a long time.
That's fair. That's fair then.
You can still do it. I'm just telling you, like, it'll be a time commitment.
I'm just looking at the list of resources we have now.
Oh, for sure. Take your time.
Yeah, it takes that long to walk. Let B do her research and come back to me, because that's what I was thinking. But if that takes too long, then I won't take us long.
All right, B. And
isn't one of the shard mines like a doctor or something like that? Or there was something that had to do
Storg
with,
is
like,
good at aiding.
childbirth.
Yeah,
Storg is a surgeon, and
She's talking about
Storg is
Storg.
with childbirth. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the childbirth one and do like I want to pick his brain about stuff, but she also wants to go and out and do research about, like, planning like giving birth, everything that leads up to that kind of thing.
Okay. This is funny. Roll a I guess just investigation check, but with advantage because Storg and Russ are helping you.
$19.
Okay, so you're going to basically learn that Russ gave you, like, a very dinosaur version of everything. But this is actually how everything works. And there's, like, even some good tip books. But basically moving forward, when it comes to, like, that clock of, like, this is what I need, you're going to know when it is now. So you're pretty good. You've got your stuff, and Storg says he will not, like, he will work with you because he starts buying into this idea that you keep spouting about, like, born at the same second or conceived the same second. So, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Bognak.
Yeah, I was just playing through my head if there's any way, as, like, Bognak would just be trying to utilize the wizards, like, all right, somebody casts water breathing on me, I'll go down and help, I'll mine it, I'll go with Jorg, like, we'll do this whole thing. And basically, if we could take wizards out on a boat to there, like a smaller ship or something, maybe they could teleport us back, and that would save travel time back, and then that could just be like an expendable wizard, just teleporting us back and forth.
That's true.
that'd be the only way I'd pitch to maybe save some time, so it's not just like we're walking on the ocean floor back and forth. Like we get there, we get to where we think it is, dive down, come back up, teleport back from the wizards. That would be my pitch to save time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think Bognak is just going to work with his like the ally, like just try and feel some comfort in this and work with Nugs again and try and build that relationship back up and learn what he knows, because there's something he knows like he knows there's some sort of other power in play here, some sort of benefactor for Nugs that he's not telling him about. So if like I can't cut this time down to a week with some sailing and teleportation shenanigans, I'll just try and grill Nugs and get that trust back up.
Yeah, you won't be able to do this in a week.
That's cool. Can I go ahead? Can I at least initiate them? Like, even if it takes a month, I'll be like, hey.
Well, it won't take them a week to get there. Let me look at the map really fast.
Yeah.
From where you are, it'll take like a little over 3 days to get to where that area is. Maybe 3 days, something like that. But then like harvesting it, getting it back to the ship and stuff, like trying to figure that out, because it's really deep under the water. So it's like, hey, unless you're carrying just like tiny pebbles swimming up, like how you
my thought process was so it's like a get out there. So if it is 3 days to get there, take like one of these bags of holding that we have now and just load that shit up at the bottom. And then come back up.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and so like however many days that, even if it's just a couple of days.
And you're sending just the shard mines?
I'd go with them if somebody could cast water breathing on or something on me, so I could help out. Like, I don't want to just send them. Like,
yeah, one of the wizards can cast water breathing on you, so you can go with them for sure.
And then like we leave that project, we do that, and then we can sail back, or even just abandon the boat. We teleport circle back. Like if we just take a small.
I just want to remind you though that I'm pretty sure your clone body that you technically have now, I think, was before you took the Esper gas, right?
No, it was like when we first arrived at school.
When you first arrived,
like the same we arrived at school. So
okay, so you're still, because there's definitely gas coming out of those Esper rocks, like vapor that's left over from crushing and stuff.
So, but if they're kept in a bag of holding,
yeah.
And the shard mine's not to breathe, then they should be, in theory, safe. Like I don't know how.
Yes. The shard mines don't breathe. It has to be breathed in, like the gas.
Cool.
Cool. So, roll me an athletics check.
Cool. Sorry, I know this is a wild ask, but I was like, I mean, hey.
No, you're basically making bombs.
Yeah.
Making gas bombs.
That's an 18. I'm gonna use my Will Hamming die on that. That's a 321 total.
Yeah, you took a bag of holding?
Yeah, like because we had 2, didn't we? Or we had 3?
There's the 2 that Penny and we got 2 from the thing that I had, and
yeah. So if I could take one of those with me, like I think this is a good use for it. For
well, how many you've already went, but like, so how many bags of holding do you have? You just have one?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just you do the one, because you already went out and did it and rolled it. So it almost fills the bag if you want.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good.
So we'll say 3 days there, 3 days back on the boat. 6, we'll give like a day to fill that up as much as you can. A bag of holding is a lot, but if you've got hard mines with you, sure. So 7 days. It's a week, actually, exactly a week.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, when we come back, it will be a week later for the next episode, and we'll start at the port. The wizards have dissipated a way that Milwast had closing in on Morton's and them, and we'll figure out the next moves we want to make against this fight. Sound good? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, thanks for watching us. If you're still watching us, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you next time for episode 42.
Bye.
Later.
420.